Tonight, bringing at this week's Flight Sim News, check out the upcoming Avro RJ Professional. We preview Wanaka, check out the B-1 Lancer Bone, Salty's new 747 with an EFB, and iniBuilds Innsbruck. Hello? Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the middle of the week, the halftime show, the midweek shuffle. It's time for the news. News, right? Jesus, you're probably sick of the news now today. But, well, friends, we join ourselves here tonight. We find ourselves here tonight for Flight Sim News. That's right. Where we talk about stuff and things that affects them and those. We're going to be checking out, the Just Flight Avro RJ Professional, man. I took this for an old jaunt over the weekend. It's since got an update, and it's, well, they're slating this for an imminent release. So this should be fun. We're also on the ground here at the brand new NZA Simulations rendition of Wanaka. And it's not just the airport here on the South Island in New Zealand. It's a whole plethora of different kind of stuff that they've added in. We're also going to be checking out a new release by KwikFlight, the B-1 Lancer, nicknamed the Bone. It'd be grand, I know not how to fly it. Then we're going to have a quick look at the new Salty update for the 747, and they've brought with it a brand new EFB, really handy, and of course then a brand new release from iniBuilds, Innsbruck in Austria, just one of those iconic airports. So that's what we're checking out. Right, now we are on the tail end. KwikFlight or KwikFlight? Oh balls, hang on. What did I write? Is it Kiwi? Alright, listen, it's just I better check. Is it KwikFlight or KwikFlight? Quick, someone read it. I'll be grand. Anyway, the important thing is, well, this is right on the back of the dev update stream. First parties. Mike was there. We had the guys from iniBuilds there checking out, well, a lot of aircraft. I gotta say, the Albatross, it looks incredible. It's beautiful. And it sounds great as well. And of course, iniBuilds, well, they were there showcasing, well, God almighty, that A330, incredible. The A321 and the A400. And then I think at the end, it was the Beluga XL. They look very, very good. And like, these are all default aircraft in the sim. There's a lot going on there. And, you know, iniBuilds had Pablo, a real world A330 and A350 pilot. And, you know, it's great when you see that where they're leaning into, how does it work? We know what the manual says, but what does the airplane do in the real world? And when you get to that kind of level of detail, well, it's great for us as flight simmers. I mean, listen, we're flight simmers, right? Any of those who are lucky enough to have real world experience, the rest of us are kind of looking on going, man, that's pretty cool. We ordinarily wouldn't get the chance to fly in an A330, for instance. You know, unless, of course, you bought one. In which case, hello, how are you? You should come over to my house. But anyway, it's pretty cool looking. In other news, and it's something we'll be discussing about, more drama. We love a bit of drama, but Aerosoft put out an email. It's basically saying, I'll get into it in a while, right? We won't do it now. I'll turn into Karen, and we don't want that. So we'll talk about the whole Aerosoft. Yeah, you know the stuff you paid for in advance and, you know, pre-ordering? Yeah, you know all that money you spent? Yeah, we're going to be late. But don't worry about it. It's grand. Like, you will get it. It'll just be late. Oh, Jesus. But we'll chat about that now in a moment as well. Loads of stuff happening. And yes, friends, we are that of 14 days, 13 if you don't include today, 13 days away from the release of Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. And I got to say, right, last week when we were looking at the, was it last week or the week before? 2 weeks ago, the build that the guys were using to showcase their stuff on the live stream, it was kind of like, yeah, they're still working on it. I got to say, I think it looked an awful lot better tonight, especially looking at that Albatross. I mean, the lighting, the LOD, the detail is absolutely staggering. Beautiful looking aircraft. And even the prop animation later on with the A400, beautiful. And I thought it was hilarious because you had a whole load of that crowd. You know that crowd, you know, bring on the real planes and, what's this? What are those round spinny things? Ah, yes. Listen, right. I mean, we all like general aviation. We all like the vintage. We like the retro. We like the new stuff, right? And yes, of course, we can appreciate and do very much enjoy flying the airliner stuff. But I don't know, lads, there's kind of a, isn't there? Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, come on, it's all a different level of excitement with them lot, right? We'll refer to them from now on as them lot. But anyway, I digress. We're here anyway. Lots of hangry VAT simmers. Yeah.
Jesus.
We're gonna call them Demla because you're offending no one, but really we know who they are, right? Demla, brilliant. Anyway, who's here? Look, it's a very kind of chilled out kind of a Wednesday. There's not much in the news. In actual fact, that's about it, friends. We'll see you next week. Could you imagine? Bit of tunage here now. Calm it all down, lads. Calm it all down. Right. So, what did we do now in the last couple of days of Flight Sim? We're just kind of waiting. It's like the waiting room. You know, we've gone through security, our baggage is sorted, now we're waiting in the departure lounge for the gadget to, well, the arrival lounge rather, for the gadget to arrive, which is Flight Sim 2024. It's just, come on, will you? We want it now. But yes, we have a little bit more time to wait, but it'll be grand. Who's here anyway? Who's rambled in on this Wednesday? We have a Rad Baron is in the house. Good to see you, my guy. Sean Dale is here. Vacuum, welcome aboard. Angry Lou, happy Wednesday. Super Typhon, sup? Tarnished Mossman is here. Spitfire REF 100 is in the chat. Welcome aboard. Willow How Much is here. Fierce Wolf, looking fierce. Jan Wolfie, you're very welcome. In, my dude. Liptorius, happy Wednesday. Super Typhon says DSD Simulations made a good freeware Hawker Sea Fury. Hawker Sea Fury. Did we check out one of those before? I think so. If not, we'll have to check it out. Commander Bolosh, good evening. Toto2495 is in the house. Good to see you, man. Belbro is here. Hey, news buffs. Hope you're all doing well. Happy hump day. And to you, Belbro. Echo Charlie is here. Gavin Rocks, good to see you. How long are his intros? Oh, Jesus. That's 11 seconds. That's all. You wouldn't even feel it. Yeah. Now let me see. Blinky, good evening. Retriever Neil is in the house. B. Carlo, welcome aboard. CP65 is here. APU Inspector, a very good evening to you. Little Trader is here. Who else now? Flipper Alloy, good evening. Goblin Zeus, welcome in, man. Shuffle Shoes, shuffles in. AJH John, hope you're well. Kanzui, hello. Welcome aboard. The lovely Kaharia is here in the chat. She says, good evening, Murph and Fireflies. The half of the week is behind us. That's the spirit. What a week it's been. I mean, we're getting through it now. I was so flat out at work over the last kind of for ages. I'm always busy in work. You know, it took me years to perfect this. Make it look like you're busy. No, but I was genuinely busy. And it's starting to calm down on one side, but then it's kind of coming up on the other side. It's like, oh, jeez. When will I ever be able to do nothing? Not for a while, I'd say. But anyway, Cy120, good evening. No Undies McGee has rambled aboard. Welcome in. Knight's Ep is here. Cyrus T, the man of teal. Good evening, hope you're well. SK Sun is here. Mick Ham, welcome aboard. Helric, he says top of the week to all. Sorry I haven't done many flights during October. I've had health issues. Though I'm now slowly returning to the cockpit, I should be adding a few flights to the count. Nice. Well, great to hear you're feeling better, man. And the place hasn't been the same without you. Do you know? Now let me see. Tom is here. Welcome aboard. Viper Strike is... he flew the 747 from Vegas to Austin. Ooh, nice. Flying Trits, good evening. Hope you're keeping very well. Jan Race is here. Strap 21. Hello. Lad Ballooner says, just landed at Reykjavik. Nice. Y Kanye says, good evening, Murph and chat. It's midweek and counting. Indeed, and it is. Right, we're over here now. Jesus Nights it wasn't well either, you poor old devil. Wombat49, he says, good evening, chaps and chapettes. Another bloody day in paradise. That's the spirit. Good to see you, Wombat. Right, now we're over here. Martel, good evening. The Forgetful Larry is in the chat. Good man, Larry. How are you? Muse fan bursts in the door. He says, how he is. He's mad jokes, yes. Happy hump day. Welcome in, Muse. P.S. Miranda. Hello there. Hope you're keeping well, man. Lucas is in the chat. Muttley, very welcome aboard. Bad news for Aerosoft pre-orders. Oh god, Jesus, yeah. Wait till you hear about this. Oz Flight Simmer is here. He says, Flight Sim News, the only news. That's right, friends. Forget about anything that's happening in the real world. It's not important anymore. Tell it all to shag off, right? This is the only important... I mean, this is the only news that we really care about. Do you know what's happening in the beloved world of our flight simulators? That's it. We don't... And maybe, you know, the price of, you know, potatoes. But that's it. Everything... Well, price of bite. That's it, though. Nothing else. Leave it all off to one side. Focus on the positivities, right? Yes. There's a bit of negativity about being positive, but we'll get to that in a while. It's not important. Yes. Now, Sean Dale says, NZA, it'll be grand. Indeed. I was actually at this place in the real world. Wanaka. I thought my mate was like, what? Wanaka? That's not a real place. He goes, no, it is. Nah. It's a real place. It does exist, I can tell. And we'll check out the scenery here now in a bit. Retriever Neil says, Just Flight are offering a 20% discount if you already own the 146 Professional. I saw that email, which is huge news. So a 20% discount if you want to buy the RJ Professional. And it is a different airplane. It kicked the bejesus out of me. It gently kind of booted Oz a little bit, but I think Oz Flight Simmer kind of figured it out. Right? And then he did something I should have done. It was like this weird kind of stream inception, right? Whereby it was me talking, but it was Oz chatting. Right? I can't do Oz's accent. I wish I could. I could try, you know, pretend to be somewhere from Australia, you know, but who's really Irish, twice removed. Maybe I could sound like a fella who, you know, sounded like he was from Australia. G'day, mate. You're very welcome in. But it doesn't work, you know. Welcome to the stream. Right? I learned it quick. But anyway, quick, moving on before they start throwing things. Right. Did someone say news? They did. Black Ice Gabe. We have a Black Ice Gabe. Good to see you, Gabe. He says, happy hump day. Yep. Great to see you, Gabe. My bad. I kept reading it as Kiwi. Oh, thank God, Mr. Dan. I do things like that all the time. You know, KwikFlight. Who? Murphy, don't you mean KiwiFlight? No. They are called KwikFlight. Quick, cool whip.
Oh, Jesus.
We'll get there now. Right, now we're over here, look. Zybok Doc calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. Hope you're keeping well. PH Roy is here. Time for some distraction. You're very welcome in, Roy. If you're looking for a distraction, flying chickens and here. Imagine if you saw a flying chicken, though. Right, we're over here, look. Sean Dale. York said he did. Sorting out a bit of bish bash bosh. I like what you did there. Brilliant. Yeah, we'll get into that all now in a moment. Who are you calling an albatross? Vincy, welcome aboard. Right, we're over here, look. Jesus. Karen, you look amazing tonight. Thanks very much. Right, right now, Mr. Scoo is in the house. Good evening. Larry says, I think waiting until next Tuesday is bad for Farm Sim. Microsoft Flight Sim is double that, right? Dan1878 is in the house. He says, yo, Uncle Murph. Hello, Dan. Good to see you, man. Adam Controls is here. Happy midweek, lads. Adam, tell me all about it now. As you were helping the lads with World Flight, you had to stay up very late on, was it Monday night? Yeah, it was Monday night. Because the arrival, I think they only got into Dublin at about 1 o'clock, I think, didn't they? Jesus. What time did you see the horizontal administration? You poor old devil. Paparazzi's in the house. Good to see you, man. He's in the bush. Very welcome aboard. I love that name. He's in the bush. Paparazzi says, howdy Fireflies and the one and only Murph. Hope all are having a grand day and happy news day. And to you, Max Lightweight. Bonsoir. Walking a 23 streak. Say that 10 times backwards. Thank you very much indeed. The Blaze is here. Energizer. Happy for some relaxing evening tonight. Yes, that's right. It's all about relaxation. Well, it should be. Pringles is in the house. Good to see you. Kiwi for Life is here. Welcome aboard. Sergeant Beast, how are you, man? Cold feet, warm hands. Hey, Murph. I look every night just in case you make a surprise visit. Right? You wouldn't know when I go live. You wouldn't know. Dowler is here. He says, good evening. Another flight stream tonight. Granted, the streamer now is questionable, but at least the chat are better than... Wait, what? The streamer is questionable? What? Me? Yeah, okay, but, you know... Hang on. What's the real world? I can see that from my home cockpit, right? Rising Effects, good to see you. Right, we're over here, look. Shag off, yeah. We can say things like that in Ireland. We get away with certain words, Ozflight. We can say, like, you know, shag off or Jesus, or, you know, it's a thing. Moo Wet is here, good to see you. Where is this now? The mod is, hang on, allow it. There, that should have worked now. We don't do censorship here, except we censor everything. Hello, Mr. Two-Tone. Oh, Jesus, hang on, here's the boss. Hello? Huh? I'd never give out. I never give out. Never give out at all. No, everything's nice and calm, right? For now. I was giving out like a devil the other day. I can't control that. I don't have any buttons for it. It's like a virus. It's almost, I should charge advertising for that. Bloody hell, Muse. Don't mind them, yeah, Mrs. Two-Tone. Oh, Jesus, no. They've nothing at all to do. Too much time in their hands. Yeah, that's what I call it. Bloody hell. There's the music. It's all getting nice again. Lie back there now and think of Ireland and stuff, right? But yes, bloody hell. Cyrus, good man there with the teal. It's like a virus. The timing is incredible, isn't it? It's right. It's like, do you know when you walk into, I don't know, how do we phrase this? It's like walking into Sunday Mass, right? And you're late. And your man has already started the thing, and you walk in, and you either sneeze, cough, or worse. And everyone turns around and looks at you. With their eyes, you know. Don't tell me it's only me. Anyway, who else is here? Look, we'll go to YouTube and say hello. David Cleary, good to see you. Uniform Goose. Hey, Goose, welcome in, man. Michael Chamberlain, Nightmare is in the house. Maria McEntee, good evening. Andrew Cully, good to see you. Podge is in the house. Podge on board with a sub story for later. Oh, Jesus, Podge, what's happening? Angels15 is here. NM Flyer, good to see you. Iron Knob Airways, Spiner, Nelly is in the house. Maddie Lynn, good evening. Ben, welcome in. He says, do you know when the PMDG 737 update is on Xbox? Oh, Jay, I don't, Ben. I don't. I'll try and find out for you. WB1990, how are you, man? Lone Gamer is here. Oh, Jesus, Podge got the same email we did from Aerosoft. Jesus, Podge. Kieran Nile is here, good to see you. John C, welcome aboard. Simon Pert, is there one of the live Microsoft Asobo live streams tonight? Yes, it's over at this stage.
Hello there.
But they always put it up on YouTube. You can see it after. It was brilliant. Ronnie is here, good to see you. Steve, welcome aboard. Paul Clancy, hello. Hello from the road in Portlaoise. Good man yourself. Keep it between the ditches now, will you? You know, right, now, where was I? We won't even need to type the thing. There's a motion sensor on the door that Gibbo put it there. Wouldn't that be hilarious? That'd be hilarious. Pilot 737, welcome in. But yes, Spice Bazaar, good to see you. Skip is in the house. Good to see you, man. Hope all is well. God friends are here. Giddy Goose, did you see the albatross? And I know when Mike said thanks for the help, I can only imagine what it was. But well done, brilliant. And well, God friends, the excitement now. I'm like a kid on Christmas. What must he be like? Do you know? Because I mean, you've already built the stuff. You want us all to go off and experience it. We're sitting there going, yeah, come on, let us play with the thing. I mean, let us fly professionally with the thing. That's what we do, you know. But let us play with the stuff, right? But brilliant. Now, where are we? We're over here now. A Gritty Goose, brilliant. Right, so what else have I got? Oh, yeah, that's it. Right, hang on. A transition now. A transition, you lucky ducks. Turn off that light. Where's the 10 to 1 position? Oh, right. It's a transition, lads. It's a transition. I nearly pressed the end stream button. Right. Anyway, how are you? Bit of soundage. So, well, we're on the ground here at Wanaka in New Zealand, and the aircraft we're looking at here, this is the upcoming Avro RJ Professional. This livery, friends, well, this is actually for a Formula 1 team. Or no, not a Formula 1 team. It's the Formula 1, like, executive kind of a jet kind of a thing, right? But as I flew this aircraft, as I say, on Sunday, and there was a couple of issues. I was most of the issues. It's beautiful. It flies very differently. The systems are quite different than what we're used to in the 146. The Avro RJ basically took over. And the idea behind it was, you know, give it modern avionics, give it a bit of an update, slightly stronger engines. And, you know, the idea being that pilots of the 146, that type rating would transfer over to the RJ as well. So even though there are changes between both aircraft, it's still relatively familiar. But they have changed a lot of things. The auto throttle works differently. There is kind of weird VNAV. There's also a VNAV in there. It has an FMC, which is brand new. The pressurization system is all automated. So they have reduced the pilot workload from the incredibly manual 146. And anyone who flies the other gadget, I was wondering what was wrong with my audio. I had to turn down. People who fly the you know, the Fokkers, they're a very manual aircraft. Do you know what I mean? But yes, now I'm offended by the call sign. No, M-Stray. But that aircraft seemingly is registered, or was registered, to Formula One. Very, very nice. So what about the Albatross? Are we talking about the Grumman? Yes, Red Baron flies the Albatross that we saw on the dev stream tonight. Incredible, absolutely incredible. Right, so yeah, we will be checking out this aircraft briefly. I flew it on Sunday. The link, you'll see it over on YouTube, so we won't spend an awful lot of time in it. You'll see from the stream that I did on Sunday. Also, OzFlightSimmer has flown this. It's a really, really nice aircraft, and it's so different. That's what I love about it. It's so different. But the scenery behind it, friends. Well, we're here in Wanaka, and I've been to Wanaka. I've met your man over there. I didn't. I've been to Wanaka, and it's a beautiful location. But it's also an awesome airport because there's a massive museum beside it. It's like one of the largest collections of vehicles at a museum down this neck of the woods. You know, it's huge, massive. He's a savage collection and incredible aircraft as well, right? So we've all of that to look forward to. But we're going to start off with the news, right? Now, there's not an awful lot of news. It's not as bananas busy. But sure, listen, we'll give it an old bash and see how we get on. Big shout out to all the folks who help us with the news. They write up all the beautiful bits and pieces when it comes to Flight Sim News. They do all the work behind the scenes with the devs, and they get the stories and they publish it. So a big shout out to Vashko from MSFSaddons.com, to Callum and the lads over at FS Elite, and all the guys over at Threshold as well. And well, we'll start off tonight. We have some aircraft releases, right? Murph, the Irish invented the Avro, right? You could be sure of it. Yes, we did. We did two of them, in fact. Yes. Right. A new helicopter has appeared. Now, we're going to check this chopper out next week. The reason being is I only got it and, well, there's a lot to it, right? And when I mean there's a lot to it, flying it, there's a couple of quirks, but there's a lot of features. There are features in this aircraft we've never seen in the current build of Microsoft Flight Simulator. And that comes to little things like putting in your own logo. You can actually download or link, you know, a URL through the aircraft, and it'll put anything that you want onto the aircraft itself. It's pretty cool, right? It's gorgeous, in fact. We'll get through it now. But the new aircraft, well, it comes from TwoToneMurphy, and they've released the Kiowa Warrior, the OH-58D. Colonel Fork was all over this. But it's not every day we see a new helicopter released, and one that I didn't kind of get any sort of a heads up on it. You know, it just didn't it got in under the radar. TwoToneMurphy joins the scene with the new aircraft, a detailed recreation of a military helicopter known for the versatile role in air forces worldwide. This got released recently on DCS, and I saw a lot of people flying it. And from what I can see, it's a stunning little aircraft. TwoToneMurphy's OH-58D package looks pretty impressive. For a first effort in Microsoft Flight Sim, bringing features like a comprehensive avionics suite, a custom-built navigation system with a moving map, and an interactive pilot book. This EFB-like device allows sim pilots to handle in-flight planning with options for data entry via an in-cockpit MFK, multifunction keyboard, or directly into the pilot's book interactive map. There's even a forward-mounted camera, adding a reconnaissance mission angle through an in-game synthetic vision technology. It's mad, right? Look, we'll see some of the pictures here. It is incredible. I think we have a trailer as well. We do. This thing is mad, right? And as I say, some of the features on it, it's visually stunning. That's that pilot book. Loadout, configuration, checklist, navigation, and decals. Decals, right? Dreadman, it's good to see you. But this is a super chopper. As I said, we're going to take it out for a spin next week, just to show it off. The exterior and interior show a ton of lifelike detail with options to adjust loadouts, realistic pylons for visual-only weapon placement, and choices between skid or the infrared countermeasure configurations. While the weapons are for visual use only, Interesting news related to that because, well, we know that they're going to be allowing developers put weapons, visual weapons, onto aircraft. The 4K PBR textures, the native rain effects, and individually removable doors make the model feel at home in the sim civilian marketplace or environment. Inside the cockpit, TwoToneMurphy have packed in some nice interactive touches. The multifunction keyboard lets pilots enter flight plans directly, and there are dashboard vibration animations, night lighting, and customizable cockpit props like smoke grenades, M4 carbines, and the Devil. You can even mark up the windshield with a fun nod to a real-life pilot habits. Basically, you can set up your own reticle. I tried it twice, couldn't get the angle right, and it looked like someone drew graffiti. But it appears on the windshield. It's nuts, right? Anyway, let's have a look at the trailer here. Now, I probably won't get away with their music. I won't. So I'll play our music, lads. How's that? I'll play our music. And you just need to see this, because if you're into helicopters, lads, this is absolutely deadly. It's just deadly, right? So we'll hide me here now for a second. We'll press one of them there, and, well, we'll do one of the... Mind your ears now. We'll do one of these. So yeah, I reckon if Epic Fool saw that, he needs now to sit down. Did you see there on the clip, right? I want to show you this part here. This is this like interactive decal thing. Look at this thing. So you can import your own little template, right? And you can move it around where you want it on the aircraft. You can change the scale of it. This is so intuitive. I've never seen this in Microsoft Flight Sim. I've seen this kind of stuff on the likes of X-Plane. And it kind of bridges the gaps to, you know, your customization and, the ownership when it comes to not necessarily liveries, but I mean, the fact that you can get your own decals up there, I think that's pretty awesome. What do you guys think? I think it's fantastic, right? It's brilliant. So, yeah, they have that, right? But anyway, what else about the aircraft? The list of features keep growing. Avionics suite modeled across various MFD pages that cover nav, situational displays, and flight planning. TwoToneMurphy say the avionics reflect real-world functionality with data displays switchable. It also promises to be that of a well-rounded helicopter experience in the sim, realistic flight dynamics, a detailed startup process, and a full suite of avionics for an authentic feel. You can pick up this aircraft right now. It's available from Just Flight. You can pick it up for about $34.99 US, and it's. I have it. I need to learn a little bit more before I can kind of show it off a bit. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And again, like it's kind of a first, right? With some of the features, it's beautiful. Now, staying with Just Flight, and of course, this aircraft will have a quick look at this evening. They have announced the imminent release of the RJ Professional. This thing, incredible, right? The sound recordings they got off the real aircraft, all the button switches, they've had access to a real aircraft. And you might have seen kind of the work Just Flight have done before. We've been following this story on the RJ Professional for some time now. Well, they're getting very close. The aircraft includes 3 variants, the RJ 70, 85 and 100, which is pretty nice, all with different kind of seating capacities. For those still anticipating a certain release, don't worry, we've not forgotten. The other 4-engine airline for Microsoft Flight Sim will be indeed coming soon. Ooh. Anyway, the RJ Professional, developed by the same team responsible for the acclaimed 146 Professional and the F28 Professional. Just Flight also announcing a 20% discount for existing owners of the 146. So again, we have a video. It's the sound overview. And this is class, because this is Just Flight recording their stuff, right? Where's it now? Like, even in the cabin, it's basically been updated. That's the whole idea. Hey, Bill, good to see you. So the seats gone away are the usual kind of blue textury stuff. We now have leather in there, or pleather, depending on the airline. The flight deck, it's beautiful, man. It's really, really nice. Lovely textures, EFBs, fully functional. And, well, there's a ton of stuff going on there. And even the, like, engine starts, APU. The Whisper Jet in all its glory. So we'll be checking that out in a while, right? Let me see. As part of the pre-release, Murph is currently showcasing it. Ah, Jesus! I got a shout out from Vasco. Brilliant. I wonder, is that when they tuned in when Oz was kind of pretending he was me? I mean, that makes sense, right? The Avro RJ series, developed in the 80s and 90s, it succeeded the BAE 146, introducing some modern avionics, more powerful engines, and the notable enhancements include an EFIS, FADEC, and an FMS. The upgrades aim to provide improve pilot workload and operational efficiency. Just Flight are releasing this aircraft as a high-fidelity simulation of the Avro RJ. The development team have conducted hands-on research with a real-world RJ100 model to ensure accuracy and also include over 25 liveries. They have a ton of stuff, right? I wonder about the upgrade cost for 24 this close to release of 24. The upgrade. I wonder about the upgrade cost for 2024 this close to release. So yeah, Cyrus, I suppose, you know, we're talking about a conversion or an upgrade. A conversion should be free. That means that this aircraft will operate as a 2020 aircraft inside 2024. If they're going to do a native 2024 upgrade, that's going to be something different. I think what Just Flight are aiming at here, hey, if you buy this aircraft, what you see now is what you'll get in 2024, minus the new 2024 features, if that makes sense. All right? But if you buy it now, it's going to be quite a wait for an upgrade. Well, I don't know how quick they'll manage to convert it, but as an upgrade, it could be a while, absolutely, because they kind of have to rebuild the aircraft, right? But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Detailed information and updates, head on over to Just Flight's official webpage. And yeah, Helrick says, you spelt your name wrong. Shouldn't it be 2-1Murphy? Listen, don't go there. Don't go there, right? I blame Blue. It's Blue's fault. And then who else did it? Obsidian and it was Raging when Obsidian did it, right? Because he's the nicest voice on the internet. And a big shout out there to 2-1Murphy. I was like, no, that's not my name. Oh, Jesus. Right, brilliant. But anyway, listen, I got over it. Anyway, we'll check out this machine here now in a couple of moments. Now, great news. Hangar Studios officially releasing the Super Decathlon. And we got to preview this some time ago, and it's a beautiful little plane. We're going to be flying it next Monday on our live stream, the final of the 7 ancient wonders of the world. And you have to try and fly it through, you know, the Colossus under, you know, don't hit anything. But anyway, a popular choice for aerobatic training and recreational flying, the American champion Super Decathlon. Well, it's now available for the sim. The new add-on slipped under our radar, but we caught it, in the marketplace for about a month, but it's also just released on Orbex, which is why it's kind of all over the news, because, well, it's being sold on Orbex. We ran some nice giveaways from this. Massive shout out to Hangar Studios. And it is a beautiful little plane. You'll see it on Monday. Hey, Two Dogs, good to see it. Developed by Hangar Studio 713, the Ryan, of course, the Navion. The version of the Super Decathlon aims to capture the essence of the original aircraft's performance and appeal. It's a 2-seat, single-engine aircraft designed for aerobatic flight. It stands out in the sim as one of the few aircraft capable of advanced aerobatic maneuvers. Hangar Studios have developed the aircraft with various features that aims to mirror real-life aircraft capabilities, enabling simmers to test their skills with loops, rolls, hammerheads, and inverted flights. Or as I like to call it, the Jesus maneuver. Jesus, right? But anyway, the aircraft is now available on Orbex as well if you're waiting for it. It's a stunning little machine, and some really interesting liveries there as well. So great news from Hangar Studios. It's priced in and around $20 US, but as I said, we're flying this on Monday. If you want to have a closer look, it's a beautiful, beautiful little plane. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Monday's flight. Now, updates here from Phoenix. They've added sharklets. Ooh, this completely changes everything. You know, but it does. Phoenix Simulations have announced the impending arrival of their anticipated sharklets for their Airbus aircraft lineup. That came from a blog post over on their website. It goes on in some of the technical changes made to the Airbuses, the sharklets, and some of the other new features that will be included. First of all, the blog post explains some of the technical changes that the developer has made to the product lineup. Obviously, the visual model of the aircraft has been updated with the new edition, but also the flight model of the aircraft systems also got upgrades along with it. The flight model has been slightly altered. The Sharklet equipped aircraft will have a little bit of extra lift and a little bit of less drag. The systems of the aircraft will also be updated, upgraded elevator and aileron computers, spoiler elevator computers, and also the flight augmentation. The blog post gives a lot of more detail on the technical details behind the changes, and it's worth reading if you're interested in those. The update doesn't include the A319 with Sharklets, as data collection for the aircraft is difficult, but they are working on it. The other upgrades, they've worked on the Adir's model as well as the ACP. The changes will carry over to all their Airbuses. While they're not optional once the update comes out, the developer is looking into making them configurable in the future. Sharklet equipped aircraft will also sport all new LED lighting, making them stand out from their wingtip fence counterpart even more. The A321, that'll also receive the additional centre tanks to carry more fuel that some airliners use for those longer routes with the A321. Up to 4,000 miles. The ACTs come with the additional fuel logic and flight model changes that's required for these situations and additions, as well as the visual model change in the cargo hold. The blog continues with an announcement that everyone has been waiting for. Phoenix Simulations will release the Sharklet update this week. Don't know if they got it there just yet. The developer also shared a brief statement about the upcoming Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Phoenix doesn't have access to the dev alpha, and the reason for that is they're not in the marketplace. That's why they don't have it. So they can't really, they can't say anything when it comes to the compatibility and how they're going to make the gadget work. Upon release, Phoenix aims to bring compatibility and stability at first, while later on they're going to assess the new features. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, okay, I get it. If you're not in the club, you can't kind of play. If you're not in the club, you can't play. But I think Phoenix has enhanced what Microsoft Flight Simulator is capable of doing. I think these are a partner or potential partner or just a third-party developer whose, the work that they've done have greatly enhanced and probably gave more usage to a simulator because you have this sort of high-fidelity aircraft. I mean, the Phoenix, it's an absolute game changer, lads, isn't it? It's a game changer. Aviation is live. Good to see you. But yeah, I don't know, I get it, right? But at the same time, I think Phoenix have done such a great thing indirectly, I suppose, for Microsoft Flight Sim by making such a great aircraft. I would love to see them getting access as soon as possible, because put it this way, lads, we all want to be flying around in Flight Sim 2024. It's getting I won't say it's getting difficult, but it's going to be a challenge going between sim and sim. Especially when you think about, well, how long is it going to take? Well, okay, let's tease this one out. Let's talk about it, Murph. If you're going to keep flights in 2020 for a specific number of aircraft, well, then you're going to end up removing a whole load of stuff you're just not flying. So that might help with loading times. But in comparison, when you look at flights in 2024 and its loading times, well, start to finish, 2.5, 3 minutes from 0 to hero, or start to finish maybe 10 to 15, well, 10 minutes anyway, between getting it in. You know what I mean? The Phoenix is still one of the gold standard planes of the sim, says Lenny Brooks. I agree. Old Veteran is here. Good to see you, man. Welcome aboard. Yeah, listen, it's an interesting one. I would love to see Phoenix get access as soon as possible, because I'd be excited to see, I don't know if they're going to rebuild the aircraft to be a 2024 aircraft. Not yet, at least. But at least if folks can still fly the Phoenix inside Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, I think they would very much appreciate that at some stage. To counter all of that, though, well, look what iniBuilds are doing when it comes to that A330 and, the Beluga and, well, everything else, the A321. So, the bus pilots aren't going to be lacking anything. So, yeah, we'll wait and see. Now, Aerodynamics shares some new DC-10 progress update. We've been following this story for about 2 years, nearly 3. After some time, Aerodynamics finally shared some new progress of their upcoming freeware DC-10 project. For those not familiar with the project, they've been developing this since 2021. I'm going to say that some of the pictures here, we'll have a look at them in a moment. In the most recent updates, Aerodynamics shared the new house livery and dove into the details of some of the DC-10's major flight systems. DC-10 was that came before the MD-11, right? Starting off with the oil system, Aerodynamics have modelled the system in such detail you'll want to ensure that you do a thorough pre-flight every flight. The developer has accurately modelled oil leaks and how engine oil can affect the engine over time, meaning users must periodically drain and refill the engine oil to ensure safe operations. Of course, the system can be disabled for those looking for simplicity, right? Just like the oil system, Aerodynamics have also put a lot of detail and accuracy into the braking system. The brake temperature will be influenced by a number of factors, including the outside temperature, aircraft weight, and more. In fact, overheating the brakes in the DC-10 may cause a reddish glow in certain situations. On a related note, Aerodynamics DC-10 will feature an extensive fire suppression system. In addition to the normal engine and APU fire warning systems, heat and smoke detectors are located in the cargo holds to alert of an imminent or continuous cargo fire. Another key system model in the aircraft is its pressurization system. Keeping the aircraft properly pressurized is paramount to the safety of the crew and passengers, as well as certain avionics and accessory compartments. The pressurization system features 4 modes: automatic, semi-automatic, standby, and manual. And each mode requires increasingly more work than the last, so it's recommended for beginners to keep the system in automatic mode. The last system featured in this progress update is the navigation system. Aerodynamics DC-10 will feature a Collins AIM 70 ANS system, the area nav system. It's a hybrid between pure inertial systems and newer FMCs. The system relies heavily on RNAV, but requires the inertial system or dead reckoning if flying to areas with no nav aids. Overall, it's exciting to see the new progress from Aerodynamics, and again lads, this is going to be a free aircraft. The team are still evaluating bringing the aircraft to 2024. It's an avenue that they are seriously considering. Let's see what happens there, but let's have a look at some of the pictures. It looks stunning, doesn't it? And this is a freeware, and I think they're also doing the case. What's the fuel tanker version of this? The DC-10, see the 135, is it? No? Or KC-130? Come on, lads, you can tell me. Look at the detail on this, and it's free as well. That's what I'm loving that, right? Look at all this. It's class looking. Beautiful, in fact. So yeah, some hot freeware on the way. Again, we've not released date yet. Not quite sure when it's coming out, but it's on the way. KC-10. KC-10. Thank you, lads. KC-10. But yeah, very exciting news. Now, iniBuilds, they have released a brand new airport. We got to exclusively preview some of these photographs. We reckoned it was Dougal McTavish's front room, his living room. Turns out it was that of the massive Jesus, we're going to Innsbruck, one of the most famous airports, not only in the world, but of course to us flight simmers. As summer fades into memory, travellers in the Northern Hemisphere are turning their sights toward autumn and winter destinations. We're all running off to Aldi and Lidl to buy all the ski gear that never fits and you'll never use it again. In Europe, a few places captivate on this, and aviation enthusiasts quite like Innsbruck, where the airport nestled in the Austrian Alps offers a truly iconic approach that challenges pilots with the unique terrain while providing some breathtaking alpine views. It's one of the most stunning and can be difficult approaches you can do. Microsoft Flight Sim simmers have enjoyed a decent default rendition of the airport, along with notable third-party versions from Orbex and JustSim, but now iniBuilds have entered the scene, challenging the establishment and the established offerings with a new version that aims to be the most detailed and realistic rendition of Innsbruck yet. We have a little trailer here. We are checking out this airport tonight on the stream, but we'll do one of these buttons here. That kind of works, and let's check it out, lads. I suppose one thing I love about Innsbruck is the accessibility of different aircraft. I mean, you can fly your airliners, general aviation, and helicopters to this location. It has the world famous ski jump, and look at the cut of it, like animated ski jumper man person, right? And as I said, it's in one of the most kind of picturesque areas, and the aircraft has it, or the airport has it all, including Skodas. You know, you're talking, you can fly your airliner, you can go out in a chopper, take GA. It's incredible. Even gliders, right? So, did I see on the PAX buses, Flugenhef, a little typo? We'll have to check it out. Yeah, Super Decathlon down the ski jump. Wouldn't it be brilliant? But yeah, we're going to be checking this one out as well here on the stream in a little bit. And I'm excited because Innsbruck was just, before Microsoft Flight Sim, I mean, I remember Innsbruck and X-Plane, it was really, really good. But a Microsoft Flight Sim, bloody hell, it was amazing, you know? So, yeah. Awesome work from iniBuilds, a brand new scenery from them. iniBuilds don't need any sort of an introduction when it comes to the quality of their airports. Some of them are absolutely top notch. When, you know, consider LA, consider Detroit. Was it San Antonio as well? Like, there's some cracking airports in there. And it's great now with Innsbruck because you do now have the choice with your general aviation. I mean, you're not going to really fly general aviation out of LA. I mean, you're just not, you know, unless you're that guy. But then again, we can do that. Didn't Murph medal in the 1976 Innsbruck Olympics? I did, Dr. Sisu. I came 7th. Yep. In 1976. Jesus, I wasn't even thought of yet. But yeah, hang on. Wait, what are you trying to say? I'm an 85 child. 1985. Not 76. You know, I know, right? It's my looks. The tin medal. My looks, yeah, incredibly. I mean, you'd swear I was born only, you know, in 20. I get it a lot. But yeah, Eddie the Eagle was better than Murph. Wait, who? That's unbelievable. Shunty, I know, right? I mean, imagine, you know. Anyway, Innsbruck, no ordinary airport, of course. We know the crack with it. A thrilling gateway where breathtaking views meet technical challenges. It's a beautiful airport. We'll be checking this one out. The airport is available right now. It will be compatible with Flight Sim 2020 and 2024, allowing for a seamless transition. So if you want to get a very, very, very good detailed rendition of the airport, well, now is the time to look at it. You can pick it up through iniBuilds, priced in and around €18. And if you're going to buy anything from iniBuilds, but do be sure to click on the little link below. Thank you very much. You're very good. You're brilliant. Go out of that. It helps out a lot. But yeah, pretty cool. We'll be checking it out here now in a while, right? Also, an airport we're checking out tonight is from NZA. NZA, they don't just make kind of, you know, a standard airport or in a region and away you go, right? NZA, they focus on some pretty kind of rural airports, off the beaten track a little bit, and a great flair of kind of general aviation. Wanaka is one of these airports. This is the most recent one. They released, what was it, Milford Sound prior to this, and we saw a little kind of a teaser trailer for Wanaka, and now Wanaka has been released. We will be checking this out. But it's not just the airport. They've covered over 5,000 square kilometres of the Otago region in New Zealand, which provides a comprehensive virtual experience of Wanaka and its surroundings, right? The airport serves as a central hub in the scenery, known for its role in the regional tourism. It's also home for the biannual Wings Over Wanaka Air Show. We did an event a little bit earlier this year. You know, we did our own little air show there, which was a lot of fun. And well, this is actually where the air shows are held, right? The airport comes with an absolute ton of stuff, ton of detailing, but they've included all the local area as well. As I say, there's 5,000 kilometres. 9 airstrips, 4 heliports, and over 20 mountain huts scattered all across the landscape. This is an entire scenery to go exploring in. As part of their Proline series, a new era in flight sim scenery, employing modern design techniques to accurately recreate the physical environment. For those who already own Milford Sound, Wanaka is just a short flight to the east, opening the way for a breathtaking flight across New Zealand's stunning South Island. Here's a map of everything that's there, all the different huts, including Liverpool Hut. And isn't it class? Like, it's the entire region. I love it. And yeah, there's tons of stuff. Dingleburn Farm is there, just in case you were wondering. 2 local Cessnas with the aircraft liveries. And the NZA Simulations Wanaka region is available right now from the developer's website or Orbex, and it's priced at around $20. We're going to be checking this one out here in a few moments. It's savage. These guys make beautiful, beautiful scenery. They model themselves on Murph since he invented the Olympics. You do look like an Olympian. Thank you, Dr. Sisu. He did Guinness pint curls. I did. That's nearly bigger than Murph's hands cupped together. Thank you, Eamon. Shut up, News. Murph's hands come together equals one regular sized hand. I don't know why you think I've small hands. I've massive hands. They're huge. Massive. You know, look at the size of my hand compared to me face, look. Right? Jesus, the abuse. Anyway, drama. Pull up the handbrake here now. Aerosoft delays Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 pre-orders. What? Now, well, say that again so you can hear me. We'll actually add a bit of drama to this here now, you know. Aerosoft delays Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. The pre-orders, right? Aerosoft has sent out an email to customers of pre-orders, the editions of the much anticipated flights in 2024. Well, their order is now going to be delayed. The US store orders are not affected, but everyone else is well, we're in trouble, right? Aerosoft sent out an email to customers and they were saying, you know, it's going to be delayed. We expect to ship them in the start of December. Now, I'm not going to be that guy, but I am. On, what day is today? Wednesday. On Monday, I dropped an email to Aerosoft with a general question because I said, Jesus, how are they going to do this? I sent an email to Aerosoft and I said, how are you lads? Listen, the pre-order of the limited edition, when are you planning to ship that? And are you going to deliver the codes to us electronically so there's no delay in playing with the sim? And some hours passed before they responded. Then I got a response to say, how are you, Murph? No, we're shipping the activation codes with the limited edition packs, as in the bag and the badges and the model and the stuff. I says, right, but is it possible I won't then get that activation code when the simulator releases? And they said, they named who their shipping partner is. Well, all the orders get sent out through this logistics company. They usually are very good, but they'll be with you as quickly as possible. But it's unlikely you'll have it on the release day. And I was like, lads, that's going to be an issue. Like, there could be drama here, you know. And they never responded. And then I went my own way, as I usually do, into other channels. And lads, this is going to be an issue. You need to get ahead of this. And then before I knew it, I got an email in German, which I can't read. And then I realised if I scroll down, it's in English, right? So I had to kind of, I had to copy, paste it, put it into the Google. And then I said, maybe Google's wrong here because it's translating it, you know. And then I had to read it a second time. And then I said, well, that's not very good. They're saying due to a delay, they won't be able to now fulfill the orders. Shipping will only start out in December. Terribly sorry. Good day to you. What? Now, they did say, you know, they'll keep us posted and they'll do what they can. But it was basically saying there's been a terrible accident. There's a huge problem. There's been massive news. But we're not going to tell you any more about it. Oh, for God's sake. So off I went into the world of the internet then to say, hey, what's the story here? So this is where I think it's at. This is where I think it's at. Aerosoft will not receive the physical stuff because there's some sort of a delay between the United States and Europe. Fair enough. They're not going to receive the physical products from whatever supplier has been engaged by, I can only imagine it's Microsoft, because Aerosoft are the partner reseller in Europe. We were told, if you want to buy this in Europe, go to Aerosoft. And it was Microsoft who told us this. It was on their website. You want to buy it in Europe? Go to Aerosoft. Okay, we went to Aerosoft. We, you know, those who did, we ordered it. We paid for it, €322. And we said, grand, that's pre-ordered. Bit of time passed. Where's me pre-order bonus of me 415 water bomber? No sign of it. Hey, Aerosoft, where's me pre-order bonus? Radio silence. And then a couple of days later, oh, please submit your gamer tag. Sure, we already did, but sure, we'll give it again. And then we got a link after another couple of days. We got our 415 in the sim. All right, nothing to worry about there. With this is a bit of a problem because, unfortunately, I'm not saying it's like, you know, it's for no reason. There's 100% is a reason. It's just unfortunate. Aerosoft have not been kind of shown in the nicest of spotlights over the last number of weeks, right? And even before that, there was a little bit of, what are you doing, lads? This compounds the issue that Aerosoft have. Who's in control? Who's in charge? Who's actually like in charge of things? Surely they would have thought, hang on, this is going to be an issue. Instead of telling people, yeah, you're not getting the same, we're really sorry, would you not try and work on a solution and say, lads, we're letting you know now there's a delay, but we're working on it. But it's outside of our control. That's all they have to say. Instead, they've slammed themselves by saying, yeah, sorry, it's going to be late. As if they don't care, like. Do you know what I mean? And this is what makes it frustrating. And you could argue the toss, because I saw some comments earlier on. You know, historically, you could pay for limited edition stuff for games, right? You can buy a limited edition pack, and that could get a delay. And if it was like a DVD or CD or whatever it was going to be, well, you're kind of shagged. You got to wait until it gets there, right? But we're now in the age whereby this is... Welcome in. This is... Dude, gifted tier 1 subscription. Thank you very much. This is in an age whereby the activation codes are... It's an activation code. There's no please insert CD-ROM or DVD. This is a code that will look at the code, type the code onto the machine, and then the machine will say, yeah, I got you, here's your software. So when the question I was asking them, lads, can you not just give the customers who bought this, you know, just electronically deliver the activation codes, and I think we'll be all right if we have to wait a few weeks to get the bag of tricks. Like, I think, you know, we'll be all right. Yeah, you get it in December sometime, the bag and the badges and all the other stuff. But don't delay the sim. And, okay, Aerosoft kind of kicked back then and said, well, listen, you know, it's not really us. It's we're trying to sort it, but it's not our fault it's late. And then you kind of say, well, right, well, who else is involved here? Who's in charge here? Who's in charge of logistics? Or who had the right mind to say, yeah, this is going to be late and alarm bells not going off? It makes you incredibly worried about the whole scheme of things, doesn't it? Like, someone somewhere thought this was going to be acceptable to tell a supplier who have sold on the recommendation from Microsoft leading up to an event which will see the global release of the world's most up-to-date next-gen simulator. Someone somewhere didn't realise that this could potentially cause a bit of a head-scratching moment. Just tell them it'll be late and think it'll be grand. They should have been all over this. And now we're at tonight, and thank be to, like York said tonight on the stream, which was all about the first parties, and that was my worry. I was thinking, Jesus, Mike and iniBuilds are going to get absolutely bombarded now with people saying, where's my stuff? Why is it late? Are you sorting it? And that would have ruined their whole, listen, we're here to show you what we've been working on for the last couple of years. You know what I mean? Where's the brains? Who's in charge? Like, someone somewhere had to sit there and say, no, this is quite positive. This is fine. This is fine. And meanwhile, the whole place is up in flames. Like, who comes up with these decisions? Anyway, the good news is, Jorg on the stream tonight, on the dev stream on MSFS Official, said, we're aware of it. We're working on it. We'll get it sorted. That's all we need to know. We don't care about the ins and outs. We don't mind. It'll be sorted. Whatever way it's going to be sorted, doesn't matter. It will be sorted. Have faith in Jorg. Have faith in what they're going to do. I'm just kind of like, what? How did it get to this stage? Do you know what I mean? And then I started thinking, you know, where's that mad music you get? Do I have it over here? I was sitting there to myself thinking, hang on, there's more than a story here. There's more than just... Are they going to turn around and announce that due to the logistical issues, we'll have to delay the launch of the simulator? I was Jesus! But no, they're not doing that. They said, look, we're going to sort it. So after my rant, Aerosoft didn't do themselves any favours here. They should have sent out another message to say, guys, we know you're all a little bit kind of anxious or worried. Don't worry, we are doing everything we can and we won't stop until we get some sort of a solution. That's all they had to say. That's all they had to say. That could have been on Twitter. It could have been on their Discord. They could have done a video, something. But they haven't done that. This is the same attitude of, let's release an Airbus A330 that we said we were never going to release on Flight Sim 2020. And then when they get content creators involved to say, we want you to check it out, lads, we all give the same feedback. It's shite, you need to fix it. Don't release it like this. You're going to attract all sorts of criticism. And then they release it anyway. What? Do you know what I mean? It's like, is there someone working for that company who's in like self-destruct mode? I'm going to take the place down. That's what it looks like. Aerosoft is not like a new company. They've been in the flight sim community for years. And I said this the last time. Aerosoft burst onto the scenes for Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 with an amazing gift. They gave us Paderborn. It was a gift. Here's a really highly detailed airport at the time for free. Wow, Aerosoft, awesome, you know. And then they brought us the very first airliner. The very first airliner in the sim. Study level, that was Aerosoft. Wow, we said, brilliant. And then it went downhill. Well, a couple of sceneries came out that were very good, but then it went downhill. And then it's kind of started to skyrocket. And then when Mathis left, it went absolutely, what in the name of...
Can I get a refund?
But you know what I mean? Like, what's going on? And even then, like, if you wanted to cancel your pre-order, grand, you can cancel your pre-order, but we didn't buy the premium limited edition, you know, just for the sim. We wanted the other bits as well, because we're collectors, right? I mean, this is a big event. This is a big thing. I was there, you know, I got me model plane and me bag. It's just weird the way they handle these things. And you have Microsoft on one side, and Jorg just had to say, we'll figure it out, don't worry, it's grand, okay. But then you have Aerosoft, and they still haven't said anything. They have not yet made an announcement to say, listen, lads, it's going to get sorted. Leave it with us. So they tell us things are gone wrong, and then nothing. That's wrong. You don't do that, because we all then have questions saying, what the hell are we going to do? People were asking, well, can you at least send us the activation codes? No, sorry, we can't do that. Without even giving them any sort of progression to how do we solve the issue? You got to work the problem. This is just like, nah, nothing we can do. I can't stand that. That's like going to it's like going to a shop or a service. You know what I mean? And when you're given that attitude, nah, I can't help you. Nothing to do with me. No, that's not good enough. Not in today's age, right? I mean, we spend our money. We spend our money. Money's hard to come by. We got to work for it. We spend it. We expect it to be looked after. We're customers. We're not just, you know, getting our friggin' car tax, right? We're not just getting. It's not like a tax receipt. We're buying something, right? Karen and Mary Karen walk and all this sort of stuff. But anyway, I just think it was like mad, isn't it? Though, imagine that. But anyway, the good news is, York said we'll figure it out. Rant over. Anyway, let's see what happens.
Very, very subdued rant compared to what I had to listen to.
To be fair, when the story first broke, Mr. Dudon is here saying you're very calm compared to what it was like. What I was like when all this was breaking down, I was like, and then the heightened, right? But yeah, that's what I did. I don't know, I can't get over it though. Do you know, if I did that in work, if someone was to pay or buy a service and that was the attitude, you'd have new things that you shouldn't have. They would rip you a new one. It's like, what? Why are you doing that for? Fix the problem. Work towards a solution. Help us to help you sort the solution. Even if they said, yeah, we know there's a bit of a problem here, we are talking, we'll sort it, lads, don't worry. We'll do something. No, nothing.
The thing is, if you treat customers badly like that, chances are they won't purchase again.
They won't purchase again, but like, it's mad because when you think...
Such a knock-on effect.
But when you think about it, like, as I said, the spotlight around Aerosoft hasn't been the nicest recently because of the A330 release, and then this, there's no one there thinking, this mightn't bode terribly well for us. We better stay on top of this. That didn't even enter their minds. Like, what? I'm telling you, there's someone in there on self-destruct mode.
Well, the only thing is, Jorg was very calm and collected.
Oh, he was. Like, yeah, he'll figure it out. He doesn't have a solution yet, but he'll figure it out. Hopefully. You know. But yeah.
Be optimistic.
Yes, we're all very optimistic here.
Put out good thoughts and good thoughts.
Yes. That thing flickers all the time.
I was being nice there.
Right.
I was being nice.
You were being terribly nice.
No.
And they what's the word?
No, hold on.
The depravity of what this lot did.
You're not innocent.
I didn't do anything.
But it's you.
I didn't do anything. I was here talking very calmly about the situation about Aerosoft and getting our orders late. Very calmly, you know. This lot went friggin' nuts. But anyway, all is well in the rant over. I had to rant. You have to rant at these things. Who's in charge? You know. But anyway, shall we move on? I think so. Let's move on. Any more comments or opinions on it, right? No? Should have got the basic pack. No. Calmly, right? And in new news, Aerosoft is not the European distributor for 2028 for the collector's edition. I give out. Good to see it. They're at it again. Did it again, baby. Right. Give the missus a mic of her own. Jesus, no, you man. Danger. Yeah. The point is, let's all remain optimistic. It's too easy to be negative. It really is. We should. Let's all remain optimistic. Yeah, Scott said that.
What did you say?
That'd be dangerous. I don't know.
Why would it be dangerous?
I don't know why it'd be dangerous. I don't think it'd be dangerous. I think it'd be a lovely thing. Would you like a microphone?
They already know you did ballet when you were younger. Photographic evidence of that.
My dear, it's been almost 2 years since that was brought up in a conversation. It was pretty much forgotten.
Was it?
It was pretty much forgotten until you mentioned that. Cursed. I need to get back into flights, right? I thought you were talking about Airsoft. No, Aerosoft. Right, let's all be positive. Positive, right? I think we should have Mr. Two-Tone put Murph in his place. No, Helrick, you mad? Now we know who runs the ATC in the... Mr. Two-Tone, permission to land, please. Permission to go to bed. Permission for everything. Brilliant. Frying pan. Hashtag frying pan. Yeah, anyway, listen, it's too easy to be negative, isn't it? It is, like, and there's so many things that you'd be looking around thinking, Jesus, let's try and stay positive. It'll be grand. The problem will be sorted. It's just, how are we at a stage that this stuff happens? I don't know. I just don't know. I just ate me cat's medication. Don't ask me how. Brilliant. Anyway, in other news, well, Microsoft have selected Pimax as an official VR partner.
I put the gun in stringer, baby.
Jesus. What's after happening over here? Something happened. Jetlag zombie, you absolute mad person, you. He's after gifting 25 subs here on Twitch. 25 subs! Bloody hell! Thank you very, very much. Did you see what he did? 25 of them. I wonder, was he thinking, will I give him 2 or will I give him 5? And then he didn't cancel one of them. Oh, Jesus. No, Maxies. Thank you very, very much indeed, Jetlag Zombie. That's incredible support. Thank you very, very much, man. Pimax are coming across the nation. Brilliant. Do you remember the WiMAX ad? Do they have the WiMAX? Hang on. WiMAX Ireland jingle. Brilliant. Hang on. Oh, it's on Facebook. Will it play? It will play. Hang on. How do we play? Shh.
In the home, I got super fast broadband speed and no line rents in the feed.
Right now.
'Cause I got WiMAX coming across the nation. Imagine WiMAX, the new sensation.
They since closed down and went bankrupt, but that's not important right now, right? Pimax are coming across the nation. I should really send that on to Pimax. That's a real catchy tune. But anyway, I have in my drawer. I'm not going to take. Well, I could take it out, but if I drop it, I have a Pimax Crystal Light, and it lives in my drawer. And I take it out of my drawer when I want to go flying. And I've made 2 VR videos. Watching VR videos may not be everyone's cup of tea. It's like, right, I'm off to right. Cyrus T is off to work. Good to see. Have a good night at work. But anyway, Pimax have now officially partnered with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. This is huge news because, friends, you now have a hardware manufacturer in Pimax creating virtual reality headsets, and they are now working directly with Asobo and Microsoft for Flight Sim 2024. Right. What does that mean for us? You will remember Microsoft teamed up with NVIDIA for 2020, and at the time during that partnership, NVIDIA units performed better. So I was chatting to Pimax saying, you know, what does this actually mean for us? I mean, sure, Pimax would be the recommended headset because, well, we know that the Crystal Light is a very good headset for the, you know, for the quality that you get in the lenses, the lighting, the colors. For that price, it's very, very good, right? But why associate that to, you know, Microsoft Flight Simulator? And the advantage is the Pimax are working here because they're able to tweak their software, and Asobo can tweak the sim for the two of them to work better together. This is huge. I don't think we've ever had an official VR partner, right? And it's kind of a commitment we can see early on that, 2024, yes, you can absolutely do this in VR. Absolutely. We saw it at the event over in Arizona. You know what I mean? So I'm super excited about this. I've been using the VR headset in 2020, blown away by it. And I went from a Rift S to the Pimax Crystal Light. And I'm blown away by it. I'm like, holy crap, it has completely changed how I interact with the sim when I want to do a VR flight versus, a 2D flight, be it general aviation, an airline or MVATSIM or whatever, right? So what I like to see is, what I hope to see is more of the kind of native apps within Pimax that could better utilize the simulator. And what I mean by that is, if there were ways to get kind of, instead of having to use different applications to appear inside the VR headset, well, you want them to run natively within the app. It just means that they're more polished. That's what we're hoping for, right? But anyway, the Crystal Light, which if you guys haven't seen it already, it is a proper bit of kit. This is for the price as well. I mean, it punches way above its weight in terms of the price tag because it has features and clarity that some of the top range VR headsets do, and they're in the thousands of dollars. Many thousands. Here are the Pimax Crystal Light, the bones of $1,000, $1,100, and whatever. And they do have relatively easy ways to access this. They have, flexible payment options, 3 payment options. So you can pay the first bit now, the next bit, and then the next bit, right? So they are trying to make this thing as accessible as they possibly can. Now, listening to the likes of...
Who's in charge? You haven't a clue what you're doing.
Who asked you? Listening to the likes of VR Flight Sim guy, Steve, he has been critical at times. Some of the build quality wasn't great, I think, and there was some software issues. But overall, he's very, very happy with the Pimax Crystal Light. It's one of his go-to headsets for the sim. And because it's light, it's light by name, light by nature. There's no battery on it. And yeah, it's a bit of a pain because you've got wires coming down the back. It'd be great to have something that goes kind of up the way, taking that weight off the cables. But we'll figure something out. And yes, it is a giant pain if you use multiple monitors. Well, you got to remove a display port because it needs that kind of bandwidth or power or whatever. And of course, on my rig, I have to disable the hardware scheduling in the graphics options, and I have to manually change the sound output. But apart from all of those things, and I've reported all this to Pimax to say, can you just give us a switch, press this button, and it'll do everything? They're going to have to see what they can do, right? But I just think anyone who hasn't yet experienced flight sim in VR, and I imagine there's quite a few, right? I mean, I imagine there's quite a lot of people who, it's not for me. You got to try it. You have to try it because I can promise you it's such a different experience you will get from your simulator. It really, really is. And even it'll change how you even interact with some of your add-ons when it comes to aircraft. Now, is VR going to be a great thing in the likes of an airliner flight? Well, it's hard to gauge. I mean, I have to do an airliner flight in VR to see how I get on. It certainly looks amazing. Seeing that scale, the sheer size of those flight decks, looking out the window, looking down on how high up in the air you actually are, right? So we have all of these things to consider. And as I said, you have all the features. And the fact that Pimax have now partnered with Microsoft, I think this is a big to-do, lads, because we should now get a better VR experience for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. They're also working with a couple of flight sim developers. So when you're buying kind of bundles with Pimax, well, they'll give you, prices off some aircraft add-ons, SWS are in there, and so on. But yeah, it's good news. As I said, like the price of the hardware, if folks had the G2, this is pretty much the natural evolution. This is the next stage after a G2 because it uses its own, Pimax VR or XR or whatever, Did I feel sick? Not so much with this one, Flying Trits. I remember with the Rift S, yeah, you could, but it's like everything. VR, you kind of have to condition yourself, and it might sound a bit weird, but I'm telling you, it works. If you do suffer from motion sickness, I can't be a passenger in a car. I'm woefully bad. I'm a bad traveller, right? I have to face direction of movement. I couldn't sit in a London taxi backwards. I used to hate being in the back of a truck looking out. Oh, brutal. I'd be sick, right? Or at least I'd feel sick. I wouldn't get sick. I would feel like crap warmed up, right? However, when it comes to VR, you have to kind of condition yourself. And what I mean by that is, the first rule is get some air blowing on you. If you got a fan or you got a window open, get cold air, because whenever you feel a little bit disorientated, cold air hitting you, it brings you back instantly, right? Also keep a drink nearby you, something cold, a bottle of water, somewhere handy. And you condition yourself. So you'll say to yourself, okay, I'm now going to try VR and I'm going to start off slow. I'm just going to taxi an aircraft. And the secret is start off very slow and very small. Don't be looking around like mad trying to do things in barrel rolls and loops, and forget that crap for a minute. This is just panning around the cockpit nice and slow. Have an alarm on your phone. Get it to beep after 10 or 15 minutes. Take a break and then go at it again. And over a period of time, you will start building up your resistance. And before you know it, you will be flying in full VR flights without any sort of motion sickness whatsoever. The Alouette video I did, it's on YouTube. I'm finding Alouette all the way around. I came in at the back of Baldonnel to try and hover over the officer's mess, and I lost control of the aircraft. Anti-torque went one way and I went the other way. And I got that feeling like you go over a bridge, you get like butterflies in your stomach. It gives you that feeling and you're like, this is so weird. And it was disorientating, but not at all queasy. Before, that would have made me queasy. I'd be like, oh, I need to get off the... Right, you'd have pavement pizza all over the place. But it's all about taking your time with it. But I promise you this, lads, if you've never used VR, or maybe you have used VR and you're working off older headsets, this must be a serious option for you. It's got to be, because I'm loving it. If I didn't like it, I tell you. Genuine, I tell you. It's like, yeah, look, okay, it's great technology, but I don't see myself using it. I see myself using this. So much so, I'm recording content, which is a giant pain in the ass to do. But I'm enjoying that experience so much. I want to share it. Do you know what I mean? It won't be everyone's cup of tea, I get that. But I enjoy it. So I'm like, hey, this... Because when you fly in the add-ons in the sim, or when you do the stuff in the sim, it's only getting you so far. Inside VR, this is what Steve said, VR Flight Sim guy. He says, if you're flying in 2D, you're flying along, you're browsing on websites, you'll pick up your phone, right? You're not 100% immersed in flying. When you're inside VR, you are 100% immersed in flying. It gives you a different experience. It's an experience you probably didn't expect to get from a flight simulator. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. But anyway, keep your eye on Pimax Crystal, especially when it comes to the Crystal Light, the Pimax Crystal Light. Have a look into it. If you're thinking you're looking at VR, have a look at it. I have the headset. I will be working up more stuff when it comes to the settings and tweaks and all this sort of jazz. And if anyone is stuck with stuff, let me know, right? You cannot see the local area in VR. You cannot see controls, keyboard, mouse. Friend to all, so what the Pimax Crystal Light has, it's called pass-through, right? For me, I sit at my desk. Now, I'm building a rig, which would be a different experience. But at the moment, I sit at my desk. I have muscle memories because I use a HOTAS. I can fly in a HOTAS, so hands on throttle and stick. That's what HOTAS is. So if I'm in VR, I'm laughing. However, if I need to look at a keyboard or find a new button, you can double tap, just tap the side of the headset, and it activates the front-facing cameras, so now you have VR pass-through, meaning it's like the screen changes and it's giving you like a black and white video of what the headset can see in front of it. So if you had a cup of water here beside you, double tap the side of the headset, there's my cup, have the cups up, drop it back down, double tap again, and then you're back into VR. You double tap the side of it and it's this VR pass-through mode. So you can actually see what's there. But a lot of the time when you're in VR, it's muscle memory, especially with a HOTAS. Yeah? Really handy. But anyway, moving on, friends, moving on. Navigraph introduces the InSim Sim Brief integration. We had a look at this over the last few days. Just to let you know, it's now available. You can download this, you pop it into your community folder, and away you go. You can plan your flights from inside the main menu, and also from InSim during a flight session as well. It's super handy. It's great to see it. Some people have given a bit of feedback saying it's a little bit clunky and a little bit messy, but they'll make that better. Great to see that this now works, and I'm excited to see this in 2024. Right? But anyway, you can grab it now. It's over on the, you'll see the software downloads on the SimBrief dashboard. That's where you can grab it. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Now, quick jump over to the world of X-Plane here. Exciting news. Airfoil Labs, who, they're famous for their Cessna 172 and the King Air, well, they've announced a Boeing 737 MAX for X-Plane. Woo, this is big. Airfoil Labs recently announced the development of a high-fidelity Boeing 737 MAX featuring realistic flight dynamics, a detailed 3D cockpit environment, cockpit builder friendliness, and more. The development process will be completely transparent, with the developers providing frequent dev updates. Where's this now? Detonating on every step taken into building the add-on. They've already come up with an expected feature list, an alpha, beta 1.0, and future beyond that. So Airfoil Labs in X-Plane are building a 737 MAX. That's exciting news. Anyone who's used Airfoil Labs, they're really, really good. They're really good. They have a very high standard. They haven't done an airliner yet, so it'll be interesting to see. DJ Shame, it's good to see you. Doc Blues is here, welcome in. Sim Mr. Egan says, I invited someone in to see my HOTAS. Jesus, she put a restraining order on me. Now, let me see. Kerak, welcome in. Mr. Michael says, I have a Quest 2 and there's a small area by my nose I can see through. I look down so I can actually see the keyboard. Yeah, so I don't have that on the Pimax. I do have it on the Rift. When there's a little hole you can look. Well, there's a gap between your nose. The Crystal Light fits my mallet head a lot better. A lot better. Now, staying with X-Plane, X-Crafts publishing a new development update for X-Plane. X-Crafts, these guys have made an incredible lineup of the Embraer jets. The Lineage 1000 add-on, a $50 million ultralight business jet being one on the way. Cabin texturization nearing completion. Next, they're going to animate the window blinds, cabin doors, and all the tables. Customizable lighting throughout the cabin and create a custom fuel system with additional tanks. And that's all working with a brand new EFB. If you've never experienced the F-Crafts, if you want the best, QA Pilot did a video over the weekend, the best Embraer experience in flight sim, it's over on X-Plane. Right now, it's over on X-Plane. And that's the experience of the Embraer aircraft. They're really, really good. If you have the X-Crafts Embraer pack, the E-Jets, they're excellent. They're excellent. They're really, really nice aircraft. We do have one in Microsoft Flight Sim. It needs a little bit more work. It's getting there, really is, but this is really, really good. 98 Vulcan, good to see you. Now, VATSIM events coming up over this weekend. Polish Independence City Bridge introducing on November 9th between 15 and 17 UTC, a Polish Independence City Bridge event, an exciting aviation experience bridging Copenhagen and Warsaw on the VATSIM network. The event, Poland, part of a large VATSIM event, Polish Independence 2024, marking Poland's Independence Day, with a prominent event filled with various contests, engaging activities, and valuable prizes. Nice! So a nice flight there to get you between Copenhagen and Warsaw. Should be fun. World flight is a bit over half. Yeah, it's going on right now. I've been watching a lot of people, including Naughty Gnome, who's representing Firefly Air. He just gave the call sign, and I'm like, bloody hell, it's so great to hear Firefly Air on frequency. I've been watching Naughty streams. I've been watching Captain Canada's. Jeff has been on it. The lads over on Simfest. Really, really good. It's a great event to see all the flying going on. But it really kind of makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside when you hear Firefly Air on frequency. But yeah, World Flight, it's incredible. It's incredible. Now, in the last bit of stuff here, a quick update on our stats console for Firefly Air. This is all the flying that you guys are doing for our beloved virtual airline, which is all free, by the way. Our next target is 3 million. We've almost hit a third of the way there. Let's see how we go. This is about opening hubs and having company routes, missions, all that sort of jazz. And, we're a third of the way there already. There's a lot of stuff going on. If we have a look at some of the league tables, Sean Dale is out in front in League 1, or in the Sean's Premiership. League 1, the Dirty Dozen. League 2, Field of Dreams. There's a lot of stuff going on. Plenty of flying by a lot of people. Where am I gone? I'm in the Skoda conference. I haven't even recorded a flight yet. Desperate. But yeah, this is all up and running now. We also have the VATSIM stats, so folks flying on VATSIM recording their flights. Cy Murray doing great stuff. Davey Pierre is there. Dougal, Naughty Gnome, and again, lots and lots of activity there from all our guys flying with Firefly Air. All the stats are there. It's all for free. Gives you a reason to go flying. It's so much fun. If you're interested in it, head on over to TwoToneMurphy.com/Firefly Air. It'll teach you everything it is you need to know. Just go to the main website, TwoToneMurphy.com. It tells you everything, what it is, what it can do, and how you do it. It's all for free, lads. It's all for free. And it gives you a reason to go flying. This will very much continue into 2024 with even more features on the way. So looking forward to it. All right. So do be sure to get yourself signed up. It's free. We're not very, you know, you can fly what you want when you want. There's no panic. All right. And as I said, you're part of a virtual airline. If you want to take it to the next step and go on VATSIM, let us know on Discord and we'll come up with another plan to get you operating on VATSIM. So should be a lot of fun. So, right, that be it. Let's jump into this. So the 146. Next up is the Avro RJ, right? So as you can see, well, it looks like a 146, but it's not. It looks like one, sounds like one, but it's not. So this is the Avro RJ Professional series from Just Flight, an imminent release due to happen for Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Hey, good buddy.
3 variants of the aircraft, number of liveries. Let's say thank you for the subscribe. Visually, Just Flight have done an incredible job. The modeling, the texture work, PBR, the add-ons that you have with the GPU, chocks. It's integrated. It can work with GSX. The liveries are absolutely beautiful. It's just a top-class rendition of the airplane. But it goes far beyond that. There's over 280 pages of study-level stuff when it comes to the manual. Over 280 pages. It's incredible. You want to know how to fly this aircraft in full fidelity? Well, this is the one for you. If you own the 146, you're going to get a 20% discount for the Avro RJ. The main changes between the aircraft is on how they fly and how you interact with the flight controls and the avionics. And there's some nice changes gone into some of the creature comforts. When we think of the aircraft cabin, gone are the blue mad materials, all replaced by beautiful leather seats. We also have the entertainment panel up here, which has some new music, and you can add in your own music if you want. And you have a new panel. You can operate all the different lighting. It's all there. Everything works. And as we ramble down into the flight deck itself, highly detailed. It's stunning. It's really, really nice. This airplane is beautiful. And, you know, the sounds, and it's just an incredible aircraft. And it's the sort of thing, I mean, you can take this as your normal commercial flight, or, you know, the livery that we're using is belong to Formula One. It's almost like business model stuff. It's incredible, right? So we'll jump in and give it a quick, you know, a bit of a feature run through. Sounds are on so we can hear some stuff happening. We'll appear our EFB. EFB, some familiarities, but there's also some new stuff in here as well. So we have your sim brief integration, Navigraph integration, and then we have a lot of the aircraft options here as well, including all our options up here. Auxiliary fuel tanks, GSX handling if you want it, high frequency aerials, tail skid if you want it, air stair accumulator, meaning that it'll actually work off the hydraulics saved in the aircraft. You'll get 2 full door opening and closings before the hydraulic pressure runs out, and you got to kind of power it up again, right? It's getting released tomorrow. Aha, brilliant. 11 a.m. UK time. Thank you, Big Al. So this is coming out tomorrow, lads, right? So we'll go ahead and save this. Yeah. And when it comes to the aircraft then, we're on ground power, so we can jump up here and just some of the sounds, right? So they're going to be similar to what we're used to in the likes of the 146, but they've also been upgraded here as well. Super stuff, right? So let's come down here and have a quick look. All the different systems. You'll notice we have some new systems. Brake temperature was already there, but you'll see the new modernization. We have EFIS, we have an FMC, all the engine controls are done. Gone is the old throttle body. There's new stuff in there. Hey, Sky Command, good to see you. Welcome aboard, man. Hope you're well. Yeah, this is a class machine, right? Class. Now, what do we want to do here? APU starts off. Fire extinguishers, they're all there. Let me see. No smoking. Cabin lighting, entry lights, beacon light, strobes. They're all there. Turn off the beacon on the nav or on the strobes in a minute. Avionics are off. We'll go ahead and start putting some power in here. You do kind of have to follow on with a full...
Allow myself to introduce...
Myself. Hey, the buttons are working. You do have to go through all the flows of how to get the aircraft set up. However, if you want to bypass all of that and you just want to get into flying it first, cold and dark, ready for takeoff, turn around. If you go ready for takeoff, that'll fire up all the engines. And yeah, it's incredible, this thing. Incredible, right? So hang on now, there's my Navigraph. Put that away for a minute. And just put our little notepad back up there. What else do we have here now? So let's have a look. Gens. We're going to go for the APU. That's what we're after, right? So we're going to hit the starter switch on the APU. And APU generator needs to be on. External power comes on as well while we're waiting. PTU and pneumatics are running. APU air. So the APU. Like, just incredible sounds. News fan giving a tier 1 sub to Skype Man. Thank you very much indeed. Is it the BAE? So it's the new one. It's the Avro RJ Sky. It's our newest one. If you have the 146, you get a 20% discount. Otherwise, this is a very different airplane. So far, it's way more modern. Way more modern, yeah? Let's have a look here now. So, we want to get the... let me see. We want to get the avionics turned on. They're on, they're on, they're on. They're on. They're on. These on. Galley power on, yes. Fans on. Like, the sounds are incredible, do you know what I mean? Time reset. Why isn't this turning on? Have I to wait for something? We'll give it a few moments to power up. FMC is there. It's just a cracking little airplane. APU is running. Now, again, if you've flown the... we'll go ready for takeoff. If you've flown the 146, you're pretty much at home with a lot of the features. Some of the things that have changed, you know, there is VNav in there, but it's more to do with kind of like the aircraft will kind of anticipate where it is your approach vectors are. It goes into that kind of stuff. And you know, there's a FADEX system now in the engines. There's some really nice enhancements versus what the 146 had. The 146 was a very manual plane. Everything you had to do yourself. This aircraft, it's more, you know, it's more based on, we'll put more creature comforts in there for the pilot. So if we have a listen now to an engine spool up. Like, there's great sounds in this aircraft. Will there be Firefly liveries? You be sure of it at some stage. I'm sure of it. The autopilot system in this aircraft is mad as well. It's not your normal conventional one. And it also still retains some of the 146's manualness. What I mean by that is, I mean, you can still do the autopilot sync button. So it'll still behave in a lot of ways that the 146 does. But a lot of the systems have now been automated. So, yes, there is a bit of an entry bar to get in and get used to this aircraft. It's very fun to fly. It handles quite differently. And, well, the Whisper Jet, I mean, all these engines, like, it's incredible. It's gorgeous. Do you know? She's a beautiful machine. It's a beautiful machine. And we'll just wait for the engines to be up and running. We'll give it a bit of a blast, and then we'll check out some of the scenery then, right? We called it a Whisper Pig, right? Yeah, so the VNav button was put in. It didn't really operate. That was the point. Now, again, with the release notes with the aircraft, and again, when it comes to the, you know, the manual, there's so much information about this aircraft and all the little tweaks. Like, if you really want to get your teeth into something different, not your Boeings, not your Airbus, you know, this is different. It demands, you know, it really does demand that little bit of, you know, reading up on it, learning the systems, and it's... when you start following the procedures, when you start following the flows as per the manual, it's very rewarding because you see things happening that are supposed to happen. It's beautifully done, beautifully done. And as I said, it's a gorgeous airplane. The night lighting in this is absolutely friggin' insane, right? Let me find all the switches, right? There's some. There's some. I think of more down here. I mean, the lighting is just friggin' gorgeous, right? Down a bit. And I think we've got switches over here. Panel lights, bit of flood lighting here. I mean, isn't that gorgeous, right? We do the same over here. We got more switches over on this console. Panel flood, instrument lights. Like, isn't the lighting superb on this, lads? We were looking at this the other day and we're like, do you know what? That's just real looking. The shadows, how the lights bounce off the surfaces, the reflections. Just Flight have done an incredible job with this. Incredible, right? But yeah, it's stunning. So we go back to day and we'll just have an out blast of the engines, right? So the Whisper Jet, but just have a listen to these. Mind your ears now on this, right? We'll spool her up. Like, isn't that gorgeous? They've done such a great job, and that APU stays on until we get to about 5,000 feet. The sounds are just incredible, lads. Isn't there a discount to 146? Yeah, 20% off, Gibbo. Correct and right. So 20% discount, and it is. Look at, you know, you're probably looking at going, well, look, I have the 146. I'm happy enough with the 146. Sure. But this is a different plane. There's different features, different, you know, it has its own attitude in it. You know what I mean? It handles differently. It behaves differently. The systems, you know, nav data out of date. Balls, I need to update that. But anyway, the Avro RJ. It's very nice. Very, very nice. So, cold and dark selected. Engine coming offline. And what we're going to do now, lads, I want to go exploring this new scenery. You're probably saying, Murph, there's rocks and stuff on the ground. There is. There's rocks and stuff on the ground, right? So, this is Wanaka from NZA Simulations. And, well, I was here, right? I was actually at this place. And they have the museum over here, look. The National Transport and Toy Museum. And it's all modelled. And I love this. Let the scenery do its thing to kind of, you know, do its thing. And what they have here, they have a massive collection of aircraft models, cars, stuff from movies. A lot of the vehicles collection that your man has. Well, this is the go-to place when they're making movies over in New Zealand. If you want, like, you know, 1970 sheriff cars from, you know, Utah, he'll have them. That sort of thing, right? So that's one of the museums. Then you have a vehicle museum. These are all the cars and stuff you have outside. In actual fact, right, they have these kind of pedal cars. You know, they're like bikes, but they're in the shape of a car, and you can race them around here. It's hilarious crack, but by the time you get down the road, you're knackered. But they have all those here in the real life. That's what I mean by, like, you know, Douglas County Sheriff cars. He's a massive collection, and anytime they're making movies in New Zealand. You know, because New Zealand, they make a lot of movies there. This is the go-to place where they get them, right? So then he has a vehicle hangar at the museum. And that's all sorts of cars, aircraft, you name it, they've got it, right? And then next door to it, they've another hangar. That is a MiG-15 sitting right there. He has a incredible collection. And even when I was there, they were building, and this is as it is now, he's building a new exhibit in here. which it seems to be taking some time. But that's what they're building. The airport is also home to the Wings over Wanaka event. Every 2 years they hold this massive airport, and they have a ton of the vintage and historical aircraft from World War II and older, and they do a big air show here, and it's beautiful. And if you look, you're probably looking around saying, you know, that hill is very handy. A lot of people sit on that hill watching the air show in front of them, and then you have, like, you know, you've all the lakes around the area. I mean, look at the scenery here. This is just a beautiful location. We've flown here many times. It's just stunning. It's beautiful. And what NZA have done here, I mean, they call it Proline for a reason. It's incredible, the detail. And you're talking 5,000 square kilometers of detail. They've added in other airports, other runways, other heliports. They've got tons of stuff, which is great to see. And the detail is really good. It's really good. I love going exploring here. Do you know what I mean? And frame rate, it's perfect. Warbirds over Wanaka office, right? I need to visit. I was at this place. I need to visit this place again. Next time I'm going down to New Zealand, I'll go there, because it's great now that we have this scenery. Mustang Lane, right? Isn't it class looking? Loads of detailing. Not a Skoda in sight though. It's not very realistic. But yeah, no, it's stunning. Joking aside, this is stunning. And like, if you want to use this for your general aviation or your private jet coming in, or, you know, you want to go helicopter flying, there is so much detail. Skydive Wanaka, the hangar and all is modelled. There's Josephine thinking about going up for an L flight. I wouldn't do it if you wouldn't do it. Do you know? And let's hear now. How excited are you? Oh, terrifying. How loud can you scream? Jesus. So they have the skydiving place. That's deadly, isn't it? Isn't it class? I love this look. Skydive Wanaka. Your face here. Ooh, quad bike. Check out the DC3 out. Like, isn't it gorgeous? Like, it's a beautiful location. And the scale of the map and all the other POIs that they've included, it's gorgeous. And even some of the details around the area, all, you know, surrounding the airport. I mean, you got building work going on over here. You got all farm stuff down here, right? Like, there's tons of detail. Tons. These creatures over here, Gibbo, these are called sheep. They live in the countryside, not in the big city. Sheep. They usually go by the name of Barbara. That was really bad. Right. Brilliant. Hang on, is that an animated sheep? Did I just see a sheep move? No, I didn't. Thank God for that. These mad-looking scientific yokes, they're irrigation gadgets. They're on a massive circle. You often see these circles you often see them at massive high altitude. They're irrigation. They go in a big circle, just spin around, or in this case, it's a half circle, and they're used for irrigation. Water, right? If you look at them long enough, they'll move, right? But as you can see from the region, then you have Lake Wanaka out there. Like, it's a beautiful, beautiful location. And the detail around the airport. I mean, lads, this is as close to 2024 in terms of, you know, what he's managed to do. This is as close to what you're going to get in 2020. He's done an incredible job. It's stunning. It really, really is stunning. All the beautiful sound effects in as well. For me, the worry is going to be, well, yes, this will be compatible with 2024. I'm hoping.
Hello there.
But it's what we need here is, you know, all these buildings, the lighting effects. I mean, they'll all be fine, but it's just class looking. I think it's class. But yeah, it's hard going now when we're saying, you know, should we be getting these sort of add-ons so close to the sim to 2024? But I really think this is going to be fine. Sceneries should work just fine. You know what I mean? I need to check actually on the NZA website. I didn't see it. NZA Simulations. Let's just have a look, because I don't see anything about 2024 compatibility, right? Let's see here now. Doesn't say. It doesn't say. It doesn't say. So I'll try and get some information for us to find out, you know, what the crack is. No extra cost for 2024 updates. Only says, okay, right. So they will be upgraded. Only says, hopefully that is the case. But all the different regions you have close by, helicopter flights, general aviation, you're absolutely laughing. This is a stunning scenery, but it's not just the airport, lads. It's way beyond the airport. So much so, we're going to go flying here ourselves on a Friday night stream this week. We're flying to Wanaka. We're going to depart from, Jesus, where are we going from? I think Christchurch, down to Invercargill, over to Dunedin, and then up to here. And I'm really, really looking forward to it because it's, as I said, I've been here in the real world. It's stunning. It's just a gorgeous area. And the detailing here is superb. The runway is fairly big. You know, the likes of the RJ, you would get it off the ground here. And yeah, this will be fun even when we do our... Oh, you're the NZA. We have the developer in the chat, lads. Is it Hoyne? Fantastic name. So at no extra cost for 2024 updates, to put it quickly. So guys, if you are going to invest in this scenery, you're going to get it working in 2024. It's beautiful. Any of the Proline stuff that they've done, it's staggering. Like it's its own level of detail, and even nighttime lighting. Right, if you are on the fence of this stuff, it's just like bloody hell what they can do. Right, come up here now. Now you might say, yeah, Murph, that's very basic. It is, but look when you see the textures that they use, it's stunning. Right. Won't use spring showers, we'll use rain. Really? Come on, clouds. And of course there's no rain available in the sim. Really? Give us some rain! That's snow. That's not going to work. There you go. Now give us rain, you devil. It's thinking about it. It's trying to give us rain. Sometimes the sim does that. Do you ever notice that? Sometimes the sim does that. Let's see here now. Let's go broken clouds. Love the sound. Sometimes you gotta... There's no rain in New Zealand. Are you mad? Sometimes the rain works, sometimes it doesn't. That's a sim issue. But the point I'm making is, we've all seen how all this looks with the reflections and that. It's incredible. It's just incredible. So, 5,000 square kilometers of stuff to go exploring. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Incredible, right? Beautiful. So we're going to be flying here, as I said, on Friday. And if you're interested in getting it, you can pick it up from the NZA Simulations website, just under $20, and it's mad. I've pictures here. I must put up my pictures from here from a couple of years back. It's just gorgeous, stunning. Right, moving on. We have more stuff and things and stuff. So we're going to be having a look at the KwikFlight, the B-1 Lancer Bone. That's right, friends. And well, we'll have to power it up. I'll go to Shannon because you need a very big runway for this one, right? So the B-1 Lancer, interesting aircraft. The Rockwell B-1 Lancer. Let's load ourselves in here. B-1. Comes with a number of different liveries. Some mad Stars and Stripes Halloween one is there as well. We're going to go with kind of this default one. And let's see now. Bring us over somewhere with a friggin' massive runway, which would be Shannon, which would be handy. And just dive us in here now for the minute. The sheer scale of this aircraft, it's a huge aircraft, right? Yeah, it got an update the other day. It's a supersonic variable swept wing heavy bomber used by the US Air Force. It was nicknamed the Bone from B-1. As of 2024, it is one of the United States Air Force's 3 strategic bombers, alongside the B-2 Spirit and the B-52 Stratofortress. Its 75,000-pound payload is the heaviest of any US bomber. They've built 104 of them. It first flew in 1974 on the 23rd of December. Now, let's get ourselves hopped in here. Make the weather somewhat decent so we can actually see what we're doing. A few clouds do. So here we have, I mean, the scale of this monstrosity. So it probably does look very familiar to you, right? Now, these guys already released their own B-2 and KwikFlight. This is their next aircraft. Look at this scale of it. It's huge. Massive. It's released through iniBuilds. And there's some really nice details when we look at the exterior. As I said, all the liveries are there. Nice detail on the main landing gear. Also, we have our entry into the aircraft from the little ladder, trapdoor. Who used to watch Trapdoor? But we ramble up this way into it. We'll go up there now in a moment. But it's you know, look at the bays. Look at the size of the bomb bay doors. Huge. Goodyear tires. Great detailing on it. Textures are nice. The modelling seems to be fairly spot on. Look at the detail on. Look at the detail here, lads. Isn't that impressive? Isn't it impressive? In terms of performance, I can see what you're saying, Concorde. In terms of speed, yeah. I mean, Mach. What are we talking? Mach 3 in this, is it? Mach 2.2 at high altitude. Mach 2.2. I think it goes faster than that, right? Look at the detail on it, lads. It's really, really nice. I think they've done a great job here in the model. Mach 2.2, yeah. It's huge. Now again, this may not be anyone's or everyone's cup of tea. But if you do like these sort of military aircraft, and certainly something as iconic. What's the Russian closest partner to this? The Tupolev 70 something, isn't it? Is it the Tu-95, I think? They're comparable. I say comparable, but you know what I mean? I love the detail on the engines. Absolutely incredible. And here's the wing sweep. I mean, look at the size of it. No, I think the Bear is propeller driven, I think, isn't it? They still use some of them today. Tu-60, there you go. But anyway, what a machine this is. Look at the wingspan. It's huge. I've never seen one of these in the flesh. I've seen them on plenty of videos. I don't know. Do you see these at air show, lads? Do they go to air shows? I don't know. Wait 10 minutes after power has been shut down before you replace the flash tube or the lamp. Jesus. Still using today? Yeah. Right, let's jump on up into the flight deck, shall we? They dropped the supersonic requirement in service aircraft, did they? Right, mind your head, Murph. Jeez, a bit of a step getting in here. Whoopsie daisy. Alright, so we have our, I think, weapons officers sit back here, if I'm not mistaken. And that's back in towards the bomb bay. I don't think that's modelled. No. So part of the crew are in here. Duck down, in you get into the main area. Is that a Jax? It looks like a Jax. It is a Jax. It says shield. It's a Jax. And just more details back here. And look at the cockpit. It's pretty mad, isn't it? It's pretty mad. So we're going to try and... it is a bomber. Oh God. We're going to try... well said. We're going to try and start this machine up. Don't ask me how to do it. But listen, we'll give it a bash and see what happens. Now, we do have some checklists. We do. And everything has clicky buttons to go through all the jazz. So let me see here now. Park and brake landing gear. That's okay. Cockpit preparation. External power on if available. So go for battery switches. External power will come on. Before engine start, I want to close the crew hatch. We have a little switch up here for that. See this one here? Pull refuel. Let's just see the crew hatch going away, which it is. See the crew hatch going up? There she is. There she goes. Alright. Right, what else can we do here? We'll have a bit of fun with this. Lights, why not? Integrated lights, why not? Now, if I was an APU, I'd live over here somewhere. APU. You've 2 APUs. Right? Look at all this stuff. So what have we got down here? Let's see, we can interact with some of this stuff. VOR DME, Nav1, Nav2, ILS system, flight director. We can change that from synthetic vision. Nice, ADF can be turned on as well. Heading mode for your autopilot course, all that jazz is there. Yeah, sounds are good, right, sounds are good. Right, enunciator stuff, right, what's down here we need? That's all good, that's all good. Engine start switches, nose wheel steering, anti-skid test on. What else do we need here? Some stuff works, some stuff don't. More stuff works than doesn't though, that's always a good sign. Let me see now. Fuel management, all these guys in the up position. All these guys in the up position. We're just pressing buttons down for the crack, lads. Right, let me see. APU bleeds on, engine bleeds off, air source, leave that alone for the moment. And let me see here now. Gen reset. 3 gens, battery, electrics, that's all okay. Lights are all okay. Right, I think we'll go for now an engine start, really. Is it a case of just hitting the starter switch? I think it is. I think it is. Let's see what happens. Damn, I'm good. Good to see you, man. Twitch Prime. 12 months. Thank you very much indeed. Great to see you. Right, let me see. It's probably not going to start with that on. Think about it now, Murph. Think about it. External power off and disconnected. Okay. Engine start. So engine 1 starter switch to the on position. Start. We have spinach. There she moves. Yeah, they're a bit like the Tomcat, aren't they? So it should come up itself, 22%, engine temperature's coming alive. Okay, go for engine 2. I'm not flying the Twin Otter. Damn, I'm good to see you. The bot lies, yeah, it's a B1B. What does APU bleed actually do? What it does, Big Al, it takes the air being generated through a turbine, and then the turbine can then power up the starters, effectively. It powers a turbine, and it takes... The air is powering the turbine. Make sense? And then the turbine powers more. It's also with different power pressures and stuff. Three. Again, the sounds, right? Oh, Greta likes that. Yes! Beautiful. And number 4, come on. Look at the detail on the engines, look. Isn't it gorgeous? Beautiful. Right. Let me see. Engines should be okay. Generators have been all okay. APU will be coming offline. Let me see. That's good. That's good. Now landing light is down here. Taxi light. That's the APU cooling off. Now let's see what we can do here. Brakes off. Bit of power. It's a big machine, this, right? Some of the night lighting. It's nice. It's nice. It's a pretty machine, lads. So the wing sweep function, it's automated. You have to go over, I think it's Mach 0.6. Then you can do the stuff, right? It's a huge aircraft. Look at the length of the nose on the thing, look. We're just going to kind of briskly get towards the runway. Isn't it massive? Look at that wingspan. Gorgeous. Yeah, now in saying that, right, the handling of the aircraft, it feels heavy, which is nice. I know I'm taxiing way too fast here, but it's grand. But you'll notice when you try and turn it, look at the lean it gives you. See that? Because the aircraft is so big, look at the lean. Look how much it rolls, like. Even on taxi. Isn't it nuts? Now, here's the thing. For takeoff, we need all the runway. These things need a massive runway. Oh, Jesus, don't hit. I'm not just striking the wing. Ah, Jesus. It's alright. Don't worry about it at all, lads. Yep, you devil, you. It rolls like a Skoda. Alright, so let me make sure landing lights are on. They are. And it'll burn through fuel fairly lively, but like, you know, it has a phenomenal range. Phenomenal range. Right, so there's all our lights on. Again, we'll have a quick look at the night lighting. The night lighting is pretty nice. Look at that, look at that, look at the landing lights. Look at that. I love the lighting though. Yeah. There's a reason why I don't fly the B-1, right? Look at the night lighting though, isn't it pretty? They've done a great job with that, I think. Right, let's see, can we turn the plane without tipping it over? Easy now, Jemima. A bit of power here, Murph. Easy. Alright. Alright, nothing to see here. You're sure the roll is a bit overdone? I wouldn't think so. Yeah, there's an issue with the scenery, that's all. They do taxi a bit sporting when doing an alert launch, yep. You'd probably get it in out of, you probably would get it out of knock, yeah. Alright, line her up here now. Right, friends. Let's see what's going to happen here. Now mind your ears, right? This is going to be important. So she's moving now. I don't know. It takes so much runway to get this thing airborne. I'm not sure is that kind of accurate. I don't know. But it's definitely a challenge trying to move it. Definitely a challenge. So we need to get the speed right up before we can start bringing in that wing sweep, right? I don't think we're at max weight. We're not at max weight. Not for an alpha, mind you, but we're not there, you know? It needs about a mile to take off. Yeah. So it is very sluggish to get into the air, 100%. But we'll keep the power on as it is, 0.53. Once you get up around 0.6, we can start bringing in the wing sweep. And then she goes into super crazy speed, right? Yeah, 5,000 meters needed. Yeah. Now granted, Shannon is what, 7th or 11,000 is it? We got off at about 8,000, 9,000. 0.6. Wing sweep. There's our wing sweep. And from here, lads, it's all about speed. I mean, it does look pretty cool, this, doesn't it? I mean, if you hear or see one of these things coming at you, it's like, oh Jesus, we're in savage trouble here now. You know what I mean? Right, we're doing a flyby test here now as well, right? Mind your ears! Jesus, that sounded weird. Right, are we ready? Coming at us. Jesus! I mean, I don't know, am I impressed or am I shocked? Jesus, did you hear that? We'll try it again. Sounded very impressive though, didn't it? It's the weirdest, I don't know, I can't kind of make it out. We'll try it again though, just for pickering. Mind your ears! It's odd, but it's good. I mean, right? Doesn't seem right. I don't know. Again, I've never witnessed it. Like, what's the speed here at the minute? We're just 0.96. Let's get in over the sound barrier. Let's see what happens. Till down the nose there. 9.6. 9.7. A little bit too yeah. But we're not at Mach 1 yet, so give it a second. So here's Mach 1, right? So. Yeah, it's not doing the sounds right. At least I don't think it is. Although we've got beautiful contrails now, look. Beautiful contrails. Right, so max speed, right? Yeah, the flyby sounds are kind of, yeah, they're alright, like, but in terms of like sonic booms, it kind of has it. Inside, kind of has it, right? It is nice, lads. I have to say, it is nice. I think KwikFlight have done a great job here. It's a very unique aircraft. It's quite different. I think it's better than the other Lancer. There is another Lancer in the sim. Is it worth $20? I think so. If you like this style of aircraft, if you see yourself flying in it, there's definitely quirks to it. It's a behemoth. It's a huge aircraft. And it's not as simple as just, you know, let's jump in and press a couple of buttons. I think you really got to get into the, you know, the limitations of what the aircraft can and can't do. And that's where the fun will be. You know what I mean? I can fly with afterburners on, but we don't need those on all the time. It's definitely a nice machine. And it is supersonic, so I mean, that's always going to be a plus. The night lighting on it is gorgeous. Really do. I really do like the night lighting. Very clear or something, you know? For $20, yeah, I think you can't go wrong, lads. What's the ceiling? Is it 60,000, I think? Let's have a look. So a maximum speed Mach 2 and a bit. Range 5,100 nautical miles. Max range is 6,500 nautical miles. Service ceiling 60,000 feet. Does it trim okay? The trim is very good. The trim is very, very good. Like, I'm trimmed now. I'm not using autopilot. Know what I mean? I think they did a great job with it. You know, it's a sort of military aircraft that, I mean, you're either into these things or you're not. You know what I'm saying? Definitely an interesting machine, though. It's nice. It's nice. In terms of navigation, what we can do with it. So what the aircraft is capable of. The functional systems which aim to give some swimmers close experience to piloting the aircraft. It uses 6 MFDs integrated with a touch-based FMS. We have navigation support for VOR, ILS, ADF, and also a TACAN. So yes, it can do TACAN. That's nice. So, powerful engines, a defining feature of the real aircraft, appears to have paid close attention to it. Not only have they modelled the engines with great precision, they've also recreated the auditory experience that brings the authentic General Electric F101 engines to life. Yeah, it's around $26, give or take. It's not bad, lads. Designed to fly low and fast to outrun fighters, believe it or not. Not so much for ground missiles. This thing, wow. Like, here's all your nav stuff here, look. Autopilot, alt hold. And we have the wing sweep, although I think that's locked to your autopilot or your speed. Great stuff from KwikFlight. Nice touch, lads. Nice touch. Right, we continue on. How are we getting on now? What have we to do? Oh yeah, the salty 747. Now I'm fairly certain you can't. There is a Jax. There is a Jax. I'm fairly certain you can't get a 747 in and out of Innsbruck. Can you? I doubt it. Could you get a 747 in and out of Innsbruck? Hardly. Innsbruck 747. Innsbruck 747. Yeah, no, you can't. But that's not going to stop us. So I'm going to jump in to the updated salty 747. I'm going to use the Lufthansa livery I picked up from flightsim.to. We're hardly going to get this out of. No, you won't get this in Innsbruck. Don't be a muppet, Murphy. Where's Innsbruck? Where's Salzburg? Innsbruck. You can get any. Yeah, but I don't think it should fit. You know what I mean? We'll pop it into gate 3 and see what happens, but I don't think we're going to get this here. You know, do it on VATSIM. 767 is the biggest into Innsbruck. Can they get a 7.6 in there? Wow. A 7.6 could be a heavy, couldn't it? Jesus, that's a huge airplane. Now, the livery I'm using, this is from flightsim.to. I like it because it's very detailed. Ah, a zesty beverage. The 747 salty mod. You have to use the salty aircraft, obviously, to do this, the 747. It includes an EFB. That's the major feature here. They've done a couple of, updates and features. They tidied it up. But the airport we're looking at, of course, this is that of the latest release from iniBuilds. And I haven't actually loaded up the airport yet. We haven't started here yet. So hopefully I have it done right and it didn't break anything, right? Jesus, 747. Yeah, it's, oh dear. It's very big sitting there, isn't it? Right. It's nice that we have some static aircraft. There's no way this thing is going to take off from here. But we might as well look around. I mean, we might as well, right? So let's focus on the aircraft. So it is that of a 747-8. And the livery I'm using, as I said, well, it came from flightsim.to. It's Lufthansa. But look at the texturing and the detail on it. I love it. I think they did a great job, right? Rambog, I'm definitely breaking the blocking the taxiway. So the 747, the queen of the skies. And I know the A380 is out there. Right? This thing, the 747, I mean, this is what so many airliner pilots in the real world, they would love to aspire to fly this machine. And they're primarily, or almost now exclusively used now for freighter flights, right? Beautiful sounds here. Bayern is the name of this aircraft, a 747-800, Star Alliance with Lufthansa. Did you ever get an answer to flyby view in 2024? Did I ever get an answer to flyby view? Superboy, which one? Which one? Yeah, this is from Salty, right? So it's their model, it's their aircraft. You know, they've tweaked the default one. It's just a massive airplane, isn't it? Huge. Is this modelled? Hardly. No. Some of it is, and then some of it isn't. There's no cabin or any of that. They have this. This is your cabin view, right? As in your wing view. But traditionally, the 747 never had an interior, which is a bit of a pity. I mean, I think the ultimate... I mean, that's unfortunate, isn't it? I mean, yeah. That was unfortunate. I think if we're looking for, like, you know, the ultimate 747 experience, it's going to be coming from PMDG, because we know they're working on this, right? And I still think it is such an iconic aircraft. It's not something I fly often at all. Would I fly PMDG's one? Probably. I'm more into these larger airliners. I'm more into them as, you know, for freighters as opposed to the passenger ones. They tend to do long haul. And I'm not really a long haul pilot. There will be times I'll do long haul stuff. Definitely. World Flight is really encouraging me to do some of the long haul stuff. But I'd rather do the long haul in some sort of a group setting. Do you know what I mean? Ideally having, like, you know, Gibbo come to... Sure, I reckon you'd squeeze Gibbo in beside me here. I mean, there's, you know... He's only a small fella. Get in there now, you Grant. We'll fight over the controls. Or Muse maybe on this side, or... You know what I mean? Maybe Scott, when he comes over to Ireland, we'll squeeze him in as well. But anyway, I digress. The salty 747. This thing brought with it a whole load of upgrades and enhancements over the default 747. Since then, however, there's been a number of updates from the avionics aircraft update for the 7.4, right? So, what do we have here? Well... the new EFB comes equipped with a bunch of features. We're going to have a look at those now in a moment. Along with the EFB, they've also updated the aircraft to take full advantage of the avionics found in the aircraft and avionics update 2. This means the aircraft will now come with all the benefits that the update brought with it, along with the enhancements provided by Salty. You can get this aircraft from the fly-by-wire installer. Here's our tablet just to start us off with, right? And we do have access to charts, right? Now, it doesn't load as fast as some of the other ones, but all our charts are here. You can go high IFR. I think it's all high IFR. Or high IFR. Oh, no, you can go VFR as well. So the fact that you have this integrated with SimBrief and also with Navigraph, that's a huge thing in the 747. It's a huge thing, right? Because it now makes the aircraft way more compatible. It does have its own standard maps here as well. And now we have these new ground controls, so we can open things like the doors. So if I were to say, hey, give me the baggage truck. Thinking about it. Or maybe it won't work because it doesn't know where I am. We can open the doors, but why aren't they working? It's probably because I moved my aircraft position, yeah? 100% they work. Ground services. So we can load this in from SimBrief. So it'll actually take the weight and balance on SimBrief, and we can refuel and load it. I don't know why we're not getting these options though. They were working. And they load in the default Microsoft Flight Sim stuff. It's nice to have these controls though. Hey, Test Pilot, good to see you. It's great that you now have this on the 747. It's just one of those things, right? But of course, it has all the updates when it comes to the the AAU update as well, right? So let me see. Standby power auto, battery, utilities are already there. Auto. Leave those on auto. That's all good. That's all good. There's a bit to play around with, which is fun. Window heats, it says they're not, but they do work. What else do we want? We want nav lights, wing lights, and logo lights. Let me see, they're the packs. Lead air controls. Gens are okay. What else do we need here? Right, APU. Let's see what happens. Fuel pumps. That should be the APU starting up. If we were to go to... none of these work. That's unfortunate. What else do we need to do? There is a sound set for the 747 as well. Now here's another thing, lads. There is an update of the 747 coming in Flight Sim 2024, but they've also included the 747-400, the classic. meaning that you get the older avionics, and it's working title that actually built that in Flight Sim 2024. How handy is that? I mean, this is all the modern fancy stuff of the 800 series. The 400 series, well, that's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, APU stuff doing APU things. But as I said, with the additions of the Salty mod, this really does put this aircraft, you know, back into contention for doing your flights with it. Some of the settings that we have here, locking things into SimBrief, the aircraft, North Track up or ND Track up, automatic fuel management, SimBridge Portworks, ILS time, we can go in and do that. ACARs are in there, all right. What else do we have? Other menus, cloud storage, select import and SimBrief, grand. And then folders, which is your official flight plan or operational flight plan. So it's not a bad one. I wouldn't expect too much, but there's definitely a lot more options now when it comes to... I mean, this would be fine flying on the likes of VATSIM. You know what I mean? So the APU, kill that, and we'll get the power turned off. Because what I want to do is go exploring this scenery, right? But like, I don't know, anyone who likes the 7.4, if you want to give it a shot, give it a blast. It has to be the Salty mod that you use. Yeah? But look at that livery, lads. What do you think of it? I've fallen in love. I think it's a great livery, isn't it? And there are some freighter liveries you can get as well. It's done pretty well. So as the plane is sitting there doing its stuff, we'll have a look at Marta, Jakarta and Minarta. They're up here on the roof. She's eating an owl apple. Yeah, that's right, yeah. That's pretty cool. That's an open area in Innsbruck, in the cafe neck of the woods. He's on the phone. He's just hanging around. Let's go exploring, shall we? Because there's detail here, lads. And again, this is what I love about what iniBuilds do. And this is probably why I love Innsbruck. It's because it is that an airport that you can get your airliner, you can get your general aviation, and of course your helicopters in, which is really nice, right? Really nice. So let me see, the approach road coming in here, it's over here, look. And there's savage details, right? Like they even included the church. Isn't like the cathedral in the town? I don't know. And we'll go down to the ski lift here now in a moment. But the church is there, but like look at the detail here, lads. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have to say, they've just done incredible things. It's always brilliant. Do you know what I mean? Where's this now? Right, anyway, there's copyright, but anyway, it's huge, the scale. Look at all the buildings, look. Isn't it brilliant? Hang on a sec. Oh, look! I mean, come on, it's heavily pixelated, but we know what it is. And look how happy he is knowing he's walking to his Skoda. I mean, this was amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Right, anyway, Anna Renault. Or sure, listen. Look at the detail even out here, look. Here's a man holding a cup. And other things. There's more Skodas. iniBuilds, I love you. I absolutely love you. I mean, like, you know what I mean? There's the Pens Hotel. Look at the mountains there in the distance. Isn't it only gorgeous? Look at all the Skodas. Beautiful. Like, look at the detail, lads. Like, we're not even at the airport yet. Do you find, or do you think iniBuilds scenery is better on FPS than Orbex? It depends on it, I think. You know what I mean? Let's ramble in. Look at the detail. Dr. Hertha Fernberg. That's where you go to get your Fernberg sorted. Do you know? EGLL, yeah, that is pretty heavy. Innsbruck Airport, look at the signage, look. Ah, beautiful. Look at the tower there. Oh man, that's gorgeous looking. Look at the state of this. This is beautiful. And this is going to work in 2024 as well, lads. This will work in flights in 2024. Like, you can imagine how well this will look in 2024. Multi-story car park. Like, look at the detail. On multiple levels. Oh, that's very good, isn't it? Okay. Continue on. Let's go up this way. This is stunning. Jesus. Like, look at the detail even with, like, the car park and the light. Like, look at that. Redonkulous. This is photoreal, like, I mean, that's what I love about it. Do I have Atmos active? No. Oh, no. Where's my scanjet? Look at the detail. Look at the detail. Even the rain cover, you know, the tunnel thingy. Beautiful. There's Peggy Lyons there now. And the girls were out chatting there about the man who was talking about his lunchbox as they got into Innsbruck. Yeah. Right, arrivals or departures. Shall we go down to the arrival side first to have an old gawk, will we? We'll have to go to the ATM. iniBuilds Bank. Ah, brilliant! There's your parking. Oh, it's parking stuff. Right, okay. Ooh. The baggage arrival area. We'll stay on the land side first. Shuttle bus areas, ski claim. That's where you get your skis. Jeez, isn't it a huge airport when you think about it? Yeah, it's quite small. It's mad. The detail out here, look. What's going on over here now? The group of people by the Land Rover and looks to be a Jag or an Aston Martin. It's an Aston Martin. The name's Bond. Polly Bond. I'm here to fill the cracks. Oh, look at the detail here, look. Look at the trees. Bloody hell. They're 2024 trees. I'm just saying. Right, lovely, lovely. Let's go into the departures. Departures. Do we go upstairs or downstairs? Welcome to the departure hall. There's a man wearing pink trousers. Jesus. Look at the detail, look. Amsterdam, Eindhoven, Rotterdam, Luton, London, Southend, London, Stansted, Heathrow, Manchester, Bristol. Jesus. You gotta love the detail, right? Now, I know what you're saying. We had this discussion the last... Jesus, she doesn't look too sure about it, does she? What do you mean you forgot your passport? Say nothing. The 2 agents ahead of me forgot their passport. Right, I mean, that's what's happening. And that fella's tweeting about it. Look at this. I'm going to go upstairs first. Ah, the bistro. I love an L bistro. What you got? What you got? What you got? Couple of burgers and chips. Yeah. Into the restaurant. Patsy wants to pay with her card, but Jenny's having none of it. Or maybe she's delighted about it. Yeah. Hello? Here's a man looking out, saying to himself, you'll never get that 747 out of here. My thoughts exactly. Self-service. She looks terribly... Is she looking at me or is she looking at you? Moving on. What's over here now? Compare your wingspan to the big flyers in the Alps. The gates. Oh, look at the detail. Jeez, look at the detail. Security. We're through. Brilliant. Please collect your socks and jocks. Oh, this is gorgeous, look. Hang on, what's you reading? What are you reading? 1 year old this month. Huh? Jesus. What's up here now? Nothing. Oh, it's not like a smoking room. Don't they do them at airports? And they'd be like disgusting. I remember going to Abu Dhabi once when I used to smoke cigarettes, and I was like, oh Jesus, I need to smoke. And you walk into this like smoker room. It was like standing inside a shower cubicle with about 50 people and they all smoking. It was horrendous. Horrendous! Here's more security clearances. Welcome to the duty free invented by the Irish. Fidelma and Nigel are talking to Patrick and she's saying, look at your one's shoes. Oh no, she's pointing at your man who's not actually holding the phone, look. Yeah, that's what it is. Makes sense. There's Boss and Gucci. What's this now? Security? Lads, I'm so impressed by the terminal here. It's beautiful, isn't it? The detail is friggin' absolutely staggering. Oh, there's a balcony area as well. This looks to be kind of fancy up here. Oh, it is, look. The lounge. Ooh! Welcome to the lounge. Oh, look at the fanciness in here. Jesus, look at this. Ah, lads, we've hit a home run. What's on offer? Loads of beer and stuff and things. And sit. Jesus, they don't look terribly comfy. Look at the big fancy. Look at the fancy seats for them. Because, I mean, everyone, that's how happy you are when you go to the lounge. That's how happy you are when you go to the lounge. Brilliant. Look how happy he is. Ah, this is great news. Everyone's happy in the lounge. Nothing but smiling faces in the lounge. Yeah, she's happy. She's only delighted and she's not sure why she came. He's upset because he's leaving the lounge. Yes. Jason, you brought a burger and chips. She's... Ah, this is brilliant. Sorry, but this has to be done, lads. I mean, this is what makes, you know, flight sims what they are. You know what I'm saying? You know? I wish he's gone to buy me something. I mean... It's our first trip together. Who knows what might happen? I wish he got us something nice. Meanwhile, I really hope she likes what I got her. I mean, 2 double quarter pounders, some chips and coffee. And it says Mexican. Burn the arse off. Y'all can't wait to have this, she says. This is going to be magic. I mean, you can make up your own stories. This is really well done. This is absolutely incredible. Isn't it, though? Yes, Murphy, it is. I thought as much. Now, what were you saying about the tower? Man, we need to go to the tower now. Oh, it's up here. Yes, it's modelled. Let's go in the door. Oh, that's really... Oh, that's class, lads. Isn't it? The greatest love story ever told. I love it. I love it. This is so well done. This is ridiculous. Look at the detail. Do. Yeah, I'm well impressed here. What's down the steps? We have reached the empty room. At least they're modelled, right? Lads, I am so impressed with this. Let us now go forth and check out... Ah, Jesus, look. Look at the night lighting. Look at the cut of this. Isn't that gorgeous? Bloody hell. Look at the lighting. Because I remember Orbex's version of this. Do you remember the way they had all like the floating orbs all over the shop? It was a bit ridiculous. But look at the lighting here, look. This is fantastic. Now, can we do me rain trick-a-rooney here? I think I can, look. Yeah. Tell me now that doesn't look absolutely savage. Isn't that incredible? Like the detail, the reflections. That's just stunning. Look at the puddles there, look. The weather change did not affect the mood of the lounge one bit. I agree. And the arrival area. It's stunning. The night lighting is superb. The rain effects are superb as well. It's gorgeous. This is available right now over in iniBuilds. You can pick it up there for £14.99 excluding taxes, so probably $20. It's stunning. This is gorgeous. I don't care what anyone says. This is for Innsbruck. It's incredible. Right, we changed the weather. Actually, give it a bit of snow, will we? Ah, sure, look at lads. That's just beautiful now, isn't it? Right, what else do we have? So there's other areas here, right? So we're down by kind of the cargo neck of the woods, down by the fire station. But there's a lot more at this airport because they have the well, they have their helicopter ops. There's a fuel station. There's an FBO down here. I mean, look at the Cessna. Ah, lads, that's class looking, isn't it? Like, it's photoreal stuff, isn't it? It's gorgeous. There's a Tyrolean Jets and Services. Look at that. Ooh, we got a big hangar down here. Look at the hangar doors. Look at the textures. That's beautiful. Ah, there's nothing. Pardon me, there's nothing in it. Now, at the back of the airport, here's all their snowplows and stuff. Ah, lads, look at the detail. Isn't it staggering? Johnny's looking after the service desk as well. Now, if we go around to the back, here's something happening. We have a pair of Skodas. No, we don't. We have an Audi. A pair of Audis. They're quite odd looking. Towards the back of the airfield, this is where you come down to where the emergency services are, which is just in here. And what I like about all this is where they launch like their air ambulance stuff. Oh, nice. They got a Huey in there, look. Isn't that pretty cool? Heliops, isn't that great? And that's a challenge. Is that the helipad itself? I think it is. Oh no, there's your helipad. So the police and also the air ambulance is based here. The police on one side and the air ambulance on the other. I mean, look at the detail. Even like, look at all the buildings and stuff. Like, this is bang on. What a great airport. Absolutely friggin' brilliant. Now, there's other things here, look. There's the soccer field. They said they put in, is it the cathedral, I think, isn't it? There's a hospital down here as well. Is that the hospital? With a helipad? Oh, please tell me that's a fixed structure. It is! You can land. Wait, hang on. Can you land? Yeah, that's a hard surface, meaning you can land at the hospital. That's the hospital right there. And at night time, how's this lit up? Yeah, it's not bad. They have the helipad lit up. Ah, look at that. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Jesus, look at the disco we're going to over here, look. Well, let's go over and check it out. Let's go check it out. The ski jump, lads. I mean, this is where it's all happening, isn't it? Winter sports and all that. Ah, brilliant. There's a man on the slopes. Jesus, he's in the air. Yeah, baby. Jesus. That is ridiculous. Do it again, we missed it. Oh, Jesus, that wasn't a him at all. It was a her. Right, come on, you're next. Batter up. Yup. Yes, yes. That's very, very good, isn't it? That's very good. Well done, Antoine. How cool is that, lads? That's pretty good. I love the lighting. The lighting is incredible. Go way out of town. They even have a restaurant up here. That is ridiculous. Jesus, listen, no one wants to buy your chips and burgers, right? I mean, they're positively green. That is insanely good. Look at the detail up here. I don't know how I feel about the lights changing. At the bar. Right, come on, you devil. And he's off. Come on, hang on, Jesus. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Oh, Jesus. Whoop. Yay! That is savage, isn't it? Ah, that's very good, lads. Isn't it brilliant, isn't it? It's very, very good. I love this. This is a great effort for iniBuilds. It's fantastic as well as it. It's brilliant. Make it daytime. That's the wrong button completely. Right. What else do they do? Isn't that beautiful? Right, we'll remove the old snow and we'll make it summertime-ish. Isn't it very well done, lads? There's a ton of custom buildings in here, isn't there? Hey, Captain Gaming, good to see you. I can see I have angels trying to land it. Yes. What's that down there, look? Wait now. Yes. We're famous. We've made it. Ah, brilliant! Oh, jeez, we can't see it now. Ah, brilliant! Ah, no, I pressed the button I shouldn't have. Wait, wait. Proof, lads, that everything is invented by the Irish. Oh, Jesus. Wait, not the Italians. No, the Irish. The Irish! Get down! Yes. Brilliant. Right? That's really cool. All the Olympic buildings and stuff. Ah, lads, this is incredible. This is so well done. They've modelled a cathedral or a church something as well. That ski lift is friggin' ridiculous. That's brilliant. Even the roads, look at the road over here. And the car's driving down the cliff because there's a road. That makes total sense. There's supposed to be a cathedral as well. I can't find the devil. It's there somewhere. Bit overkill for a flight sim. I like it. Look, doesn't it give you the chance to go exploring? You know what I mean? Like, I love that they have the hospital there. That's important. Because it means you can do some proper chopper flights here. Look at the approach lights coming in. What's this like at night time? Ah yeah, lads. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's done so well. It really is. They've done a great job, haven't they? There's a McDonald's somewhere. There is a McDonald's somewhere. There's a McDonald's over here somewhere. I'm almost certain we passed a McDonald's on the way in. It's very good. It's brilliant. They've done a really great job with this, I think. What's it like down the far end?
Hello there.
Look at the detail here, look. Lidl, TK Maxx, all different shops. Marco, welcome in. What's the Hems helipad like at night? Oh, good call. Good call. Yeah, that's all really, really good, isn't it? Ah, we need to do a flight into friggin' Innsbruck now. This is excellent. What's the lighting like over here? That's good, isn't it? Jeez, the amount of work they put into this. Interesting. No lights on the helipad, Epic Fool. Should there be? There should be. There's no lights. Any bells? Oh no, there's no lights here, look. Should there be lights? I don't think so. I mean, that's going to be a challenge to try and land it, isn't it? You would think so, wouldn't you? It's an unlit apron, so Epic Fool is what we're looking at. Is this accurate? So any builds will be like, yeah, Murph, what are you talking about, you muppet? And I'd be like, oh, Jesus, nothing. It looks accurate, so it's accurate, we're saying, yeah? It's mad, lads. This is one of the best sceneries I have seen in the sim. It's pretty cool. Maybe activate it from the aircraft. Well, there's no lights that I can see. You know? This is a great bit of scenery. Like, they've done so much. The airport, all the surrounding buildings, the helipads, the Olympic buildings. You know, the airport interiors. Like, this is very, very good. This is very good. I think they've done a great job, lads. You know, even parking me dodgy 747 in here as well, just to make it look mad. Need Pimax light to land there, right? I'll definitely be checking this out in VR with a chopper. They've done a great job. And I love, like, they just added in the ski lift just for the crack, like. Do you know, something different. But isn't it great to see an iconic area such as Innsbruck done to this level of detail? I think it's brilliant. Excellent. Right, lads, I think we've ticked all the boxes for tonight. We surely have. So that'll do us for tonight. I want to thank you all so very much indeed for tuning in. We did check out the Avro RJ, releasing tomorrow from Just Flight. If you have the 146, well, you get a 20% discount. We also checked out Wanaka from NZA Simulations. We're doing a group flight there this Friday to explore the region. Next up then, we showed off the KwikFlight B-1 Lancer Bone. Beautiful aircraft, very unique. And well, very fast and loud. Then of course Salty's 747, the update, and we got to finish off here at a staggeringly beautiful scenery, Innsbruck by iniBuilds. And I can only imagine how nice this is going to be in 2024. You know what I mean? Really, really excited for this. The Hems heli lifts directly off a platform just around the corner from the helipad. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, I'm really impressed with this. So lads, we're back to you on Friday night. My day on Friday starts at 0300 because I have to drive Mr. Two-Tone and Two-Tone Jr. to the airport. So you'll hear about me moaning and whinging about it on Friday evening. Also, if I do get any updates or what's happening in relation to Aerosoft and Microsoft, if they can figure out a way how to get us our sim before, you know, December, well, I'll keep you up to date on that as well. Do be sure to check out our Discord, !Discord. That gives you a link to where we hang out when we're not on a live stream. But as always, thank you so very, very much indeed for all the follows, the subscribes. 25 friggin' gifted tier 1 subs there by Jetlag Zombie. Incredible support. Everyone here on YouTube as well for all the likes, memberships. Guys, I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed. And we shall look at. We'll see you on Friday. Enjoy the rest of your week. You take care. Right. Murph, can you say foot golf faster? Foot golf. No, Gimmo, I can't. That's a